Christian's been gone for a while. Do we think he's alive?
No.
I hope so.
I don't think he was alive to begin with, to be honest.
I mean, he used to be. So he probably...
I don't know. I kind of feel like he was one of those people who just kind of was born into not existing, honestly.
If any one of us was not going to exist, it would be Graham.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
I'm
I
just
feel like
doing
Graham...
the joke that everyone else does, Taylor.
I know, but we can't just say that about everything. We have to divide the skill sets amongst everybody. Graham can't have all the things.
If anyone was going to have all the things, though, it would be Graham.
The CBS, okay, sure.
Oh, okay. I'll just fuck off then. All right.
Dear Diary, today I tried to do what it would be Graham joke, and Taylor put me down. But then Clanky did the joke, and Taylor admired it. What am I doing wrong?
Taylor,
Well,
you realize that I'm just going to put that under some really sad music.
Welcome back.
I would love for you to put that under sad music. I mean, no, it would make me sad because it's sad music, but it would also be really, really funny.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
theorizing
Just the diary of Jordan, just slowly getting more and more sad as the Yearlies goes on.
Oh my God! Can I know that this is I know I would just do it instead of asking permission, but can that please be today's bit? Jordan's sad diary.
Maybe. Funnily enough, I am getting over a slight depressive episode, so it's a little close to...
No!
Oh, no.
Jordan, I will go to where you live and honk my fucking clown nose for you.
Dear Diary.
Hey, if any of us have a clown nose, it's me.
No!
You've
Today,
seen this
Christian
thing. Hang
honked his
on.
clown nose
My
at
nose
me.
is
Hang on.
feeling clownular today as well.
Dude, imagine
I'm
having
sending
a
a picture of my
clownular
clown
nose.
nose in the voice chat. Now, if
Dude.
it looks like a lewd, it's...
Dear Diary. Today I sent out a lewd. It didn't go over very well because everyone thought it was a clown nose.
Your
Everyone?
diary.
Everyone.
I owned everyone ever.
Have you never rhymed head with ped? Can you cool it with the snoz porn? Dear Diary. Today
They don't
Taylor
call
asked me to
him-
cool it with the snoz porn. And I was just like, what the fuck, Taylor? I thought
You
we
know
were
what?
all pretty...
I just realized that this is a Conjun House bit.
Dear diary,
Yeah,
I owned
yes,
everyone
Clanky,
ever.
You specifically pulled up a Conjun House bit that I knew because I watched the show and did the bit. Couldn't be a Taylor original. Had to be Conjun House.
I'm not trying to, flame you or anything. I'm just sitting there going, I've heard this bit before.
Isn't Conjun House the weird thing that the Scottish guy from Star Wars The Force Awakens keeps yelling about when they're about to fight on the Millennium Falcon?
What are you talking about?
Jordan, you really tried. I mean, you really had to push to make that work.
I love that idea.
All right, hear me out, guys.
Which-
I'll be back to the punchline of this joke in about 5 minutes. All right, so it starts out with Star Wars, right?
Today I owned Bill Bargains, making me the supreme ruler of owning people to death. Signed, me.
All my jokes are just bombing. I apologize.
No. See, here's the thing. Not all your jokes are bombing. I'm just the only one who's saying anything.
Sorry, I'm eating.
Sometimes
bet
my
you
laugh
are.
doesn't pick up on the mic, too, to be fair. But I won't gaslight you, Jordan. I didn't laugh at that last one.
It's okay. No one did.
It's all right, Jordan. Nobody's laughing at me through life.
I don't want to laugh at people, then I feel bad.
Yes. Laughing Through Life, the best song from Wicked.
He's here.
He's here.
Another one dies. All right, hi, Graham.
Sorry, Jordan. We'll get the graveyard started for you.
Fucking
Call
call
me.
it Jordan's bits.
I'll be
Jordan,
I'll be
you're
dampy. I'll walk around the
hilarious and
graveyard.
great person, and I enjoy your content.
Dear Diary.
Dear Diary. All right, are we just gonna do this?
I mean, sure.
The
right.
quest to find a cold open continues.
Guys, I brought
We'll
ice
fashion
cubes.
something out
I
of it.
think we're gonna do it this time.
You must go to the place that has never been gone before. To the cold open.
Guys, I didn't
Alright.
bring a jacket.
What do you mean what's a cold
Yeah.
open?
It's when
Is it-
it's when Mr. Freeze's fly is down.
Yeah.
Finally, one hits.
That one was good. That
You
one
just
was
had to
good.
go. You just had to go down in sophistication, like around 10 levels.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good enough cold open?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we want to run like 3 more and then Jordan can pick his favorite in post?
All right,
No,
sure.
I
Now let's
usually
do
just
one with
passion
Solomon
it out of
Grundy.
something anyway.
We should put them in a wheel and then spin the wheel and figure out what
True.
bit we're gonna
The
do.
wheel of cold
I could spin a wheel for you.
We could fucking add a
Whoa.
tab to just cold open
But
ideas.
the wheel just has my name on it.
Clanky, you can't spin the wheel. You need Vanna here to do that.
Oh, that's true. Don't worry.
Didi, can
I
you
get
spin
Va-
the
I can
wheel
get
for
Vanna
a
to
cold
spin the
open?
wheel.
I-
as she famously
I-
does in Wheel of Fortune every episode.
I was gonna say I would be your Vanna because my tits are just as great.
Oh.
What?
Well,
Calendars, am I right?
My job is.
I'll put that one in Jordan's graveyard.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I take your jobs.
and if anyone was going to take your job, it would be Graham.
He took our gerbs.
All right, now cold open number 3. Ready? Okay, and action.
Hello. My name
There, where this one's off to a good start. It's off to a good start.
is Ragtime Show Tune.
Yo.
My name is
And
Sean
my whole
Spencer, and this is
thing-
my partner, Ragtime Showtune.
This is my
My
part.
name is John Marston.
Now you may be asking me how I found another friend named Ragtime Show Tune in this Ragtime Show Tunable world. And the answer is Craigslist.
Can one of you play a sound on the soundboard really quickly, by the way?
I'll do it right now.
Okay,
Ready?
yeah.
Watch
I gotta go take my bed.
All right.
It's falling.
Okay, I think I got it. Yeah, all right. This is
Christian, I can't believe you would do that to me.
Oh, I opened up Pandora's box and thus everything.
I
flies
told
out.
you very specifically to not
No.
do.
No, Christian, there was some hope in Pandora's box.
that
I'm
was
gonna-
inside of it.
I'm gonna.
Yes, that's the last hope at the bottom. That's the last evil at the bottom of the box. Hope.
Okay, guys, we did it. 3 cold opens. Now we can get started.
We put
All
the
right.
letter S in the box.
I was gonna make that joke, and I didn't think it would get laughs.
I dug it out of the graveyard.
All right. I'm gonna start us now.
Okay.
In the YouTube algorithm, content is regulated by 2 separate yet equally important groups. One who uses clickbait thumbnails and titles to disguise otherwise mediocre content, and ones who get less views but put their all into
Please.
creating humble yet original content.
Please tell
This
me.
isn't either because we're that unimportant. This is the Yearlies.
Yes!
Hello
Oh,
and welcome.
thank you.
It is
That-
the Yearlies film, 2011 film.
That was a fucking home run, Taylor.
Thanks, man. I'm Taylor.
I'm so
as
happy
Mick
we
said.
have that on the soundboard now.
Yeah, I asked
I had
Christian
to
for that
remove.
today.
I had to remove Vine Boom to get it on there, but
a
Oh,
worthy
I have-
sacrifice.
I have put my rule as a host is I have to do a stupid intro every time because
That's
Jordan
the
has
best
the
rule.
because Jordan has the hello and welcome to the Yearlies. I need to diversify myself. But yes, hello. I am Taylor. Films. Today with me is Clanky,
That's me.
Christian,
that's also me. I'm both
Jordan.
of those people.
that's him.
Mick,
And I'm not in Scotland.
and Graham.
Yay!
2011 was a year.
Apparently, people don't like that year.
No, people don't like Graham for some reason.
Yeah. Wait.
And many
Then
people
we'll
watch
wait.
movies. And in fact, 5 people watched 3 movies each. And only 3. Because
Oh,
otherwise
I
there would be
watched
more
more than
movies on
3.
this bracket.
I think you'll find I watched like 14 or 15 this month.
Oh, yeah? Well, I bet you don't have a bunch of honorable mentions that you could list off.
Oh yeah, you want me to go first?
Fucking owned, dude.
Nah, Graham can go.
Okay.
Dear Diary, today Taylor let me do the
Diary.
honorable mentions and then took it away from me. Why is he bullying me?
We need a vent channel called Jordan's Diary.
Careful.
I'll make one.
my first honorable mention was Scream 4, which is on the bracket.
Okay,
My
who was
ne-
that for?
Scream 4.
yes, yes.
Then next up was Fright Night, which was
Oh,
God, I wanted this on the bracket
Hang
so
on.
bad.
Wait, I need to ask. Is this the one where David Tennant is playing Chris Angel?
Yes.
yes,
Okay.
but
What?
it's a version of, because the original was Roddy McDowell playing a sort of Vincent Price, and then in 2010 it's that character is David Tennant playing Chris Angel.
Mhm.
That
sounds
sounds
so
insane.
That is Colin Farrell as probably like one of my favorite like coolest, most threatening vampires like I've just ever seen.
Graham, I have an important question for you. Have you seen
yes.
the original?
No.
Watch the original.
Is it as good as the remake?
It's better.
I'll take your word for it because I really love the remake.
And then after that, you can watch the 1947 version, which stars the Three Stooges.
Oh,
Really?
A victim of circumstance.
Which one of them will become a vampire first? You imagine?
Probably Curly, if I had to guess.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yes,
I'm
the
a
extra
vampire for
spot
some
was there.
reason.
Blatantly.
Hey, your blood looks really good.
Get over here, you
What's
knockoff.
the matter with you? Put the stake through his
Van
heart.
Helsing takes out a stake and he goes.
What the heck?
Why are you sucking that guy's blood? For Larry. For Larry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mo. I just really wanted some blood.
Stop sucking blood for Larry.
This is so good.
I think we have something
you
here, folks.
motherfucker, and then he stabs another fucking stake through his heart.
Holy fuck.
But it makes a very like kooky sound effect when it happens.
Plays the
Yeah,
fucking
it's
like
a
train
boing when he
whistle.
does it.
The gravity coil from Roblox fucking plays and bing.
Did you have more, Graham?
And then Tower Heist was just a fun Ben Stiller heist movie that I watched in theaters, and I was like, oh, that's pretty neat.
I really enjoyed that movie, and it almost got on the bracket, and I was kind of bummed that it did not.
I remember the movie being fine. Except for one joke, which has stuck with me for years. And that being, so do you like it here? I cry at night.
Yo, me too.
It's an interesting one to flock to.
That was what's his name? I'm blanking on the name of the actor.
Matthew Broderick.
No.
Michael Pena.
Yes.
He had a line in the trailer where he's a scene with Ben Stiller. It's like what is the number one main export of New York City? And Michael Pena goes, white neighbors.
I just like it. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Graham, popcorn somebody.
Hey Mick, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good, because I'm popcorning you.
Cool. So first I've got Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Now here's the thing. So the Planet of the Apes reboot series is one of the strangest franchises ever. Because every time a movie releases in it, everyone goes to see it and they think, wow, this is surprisingly good. These are fantastic. And then as soon as they leave the theater, they forget about it.
Yeah.
Until the next one comes out and they're like, oh, they're still doing those. They go to see it. Man, that was fantastic. Forget about it. It's very, very odd. I don't think I've ever I can't think of another franchise that does that where it's consistently good and no one gives a shit.
Arguably Mission Impossible.
That's true.
No.
Yeah.
One
day we'll regret forgetting about it when they do rise.
But yeah, no. And Rise of the Planet of the Apes was pretty good. It's got Andy Serkis as a chimpanzee accidentally or injected, not accidentally, but injected with an Alzheimer's cure, who winds up becoming super intelligent.
He becomes the apes.
Yeah, he gains human level intelligence and whatnot. Played by Andy Serkis, who is, well, he's Andy Serkis. He's
fucking great.
Yeah. And then it has his adopted dad, played by James Franco, which is it's an interesting casting choice. I'll say that. It was apparently originally going to be a Tobey Maguire, but
that would have been cool.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
replaced
either
him
of
with
those
his
people
friend
as someone's
Gary.
dad.
It was not originally going to be a Planet of the Apes movie.
What was it going to be, Graham?
It was going to be a Sonic movie.
No, it was just going to be a movie about apes gaining intelligence, and then finally someone at the studio was like, "Yo, this could be a backstory for Planet of the Apes." So they that's why they
Okay.
that's why they
That's funny.
insert. There's like a little bit. You get like a little newsreel of like, "Hey, this astronaut went missing."
Exactly.
in
Yeah, that was one of my
space."
favorite things of the film.
Charlton Heston.
Yeah. Chuck Moses. Anyway, yeah. And then the other one I have, I technically had a third, but it got it's on the bracket.
Yeah.
And the other is Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Yes.
Which I love this movie,
Yes.
but like I don't know why it isn't higher. I think because I don't know why I didn't put it on the bracket. Because I really like this movie. I really love
Same, honestly.
Yeah. Like
One of my best works.
You and Tinker are a real power couple,
Tinker,
honestly.
Tailor, Soldier, and Spy.
It's actually
like,
Taylor's full name.
Yeah.
Yes, Tailor,
Can
Soldier,
you
Spy.
not blast me on our huge fan base? All right, our
Well,
one
yeah,
viewer
don't
is gonna
dox
fucking
Taylor.
look me up.
I think
But yeah.
Tinker's a very strange first name, so I'm glad we all call him Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to call me Tinky when I was a kid.
You're a Teletubby.
Yeah, I can fucking relate to that, dude.
That's why I won't play Ratchet and Tink.
Wretched Tink.
But yeah, no. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy is a great adaptation of John le Carre's novel, which I think here's the thing. I think it might. If my main critique about this movie is that it's kind of a little too complicated to fit in a film.
Yeah.
It's a very
Yeah.
complicated movie.
They do a good job, but like you kind of already need to be a fan of like very gritty lo-fi spy fiction.
Yeah.
To get it. Like you have to know what a reptile fund is
Are
going
you
into the
saying-
movie because they will not explain it to you.
That's Godzilla sets that up for you, right?
That's not giving grants to lizards? Okay, I'm glad we both made jokes. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
No, like they're going to use a bunch of words in this film, and they will not explain them, and it is essential to the plot to understanding what these terms mean.
What is this? A movie for lizards?
Like they'll just mention,
No, that made the bracket.
Lamplighters, and just expect you to know what that is.
I'll be honest, it all sounds pretty self-explanatory to me. They light lamps, the funds
Yeah.
go to the reptiles. It's all pretty obvious.
Yeah. Incidentally, this is where the term mole comes from. Like, as in
Oh.
to reference to like having a man on the inside. It's from this book. But yeah, that's probably enough on Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. I got nothing
I'll
else.
say more things when it's my turn to
Okay,
do mine.
cool.
But, yeah.
So popcorn him.
A popcorn Jordan.
Oh, okay, fun. Well, in that case, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Yes.
Is
I love this movie.
a movie. Yeah, it's a movie I saw in theaters, and I took my friend that really likes action movies at the time, and he was bored out of his mind.
They don't do any. He's right behind me as he quips through that.
No, this is a really good, very subtle, intense spy thriller. Everybody who's in it is great. Gary Oldman is great. This is a breakthrough sort of role for Benedict Cumberbatch. It's a very serious movie, despite all the characters having really funny names like Polyokoff and Ricky Tarr and
George Smiley.
George Mr. Smiley. Yes, exactly. But it's a very good movie, and at this rate, maybe we'll get an opportunity to talk about it if we do an honorable mentions bracket.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I really like this movie.
Yeah.
All right. Something I've been waiting a while to talk about is the fact that in the wake of Inception's release, in the early months of 2011, 3 different Inception knockoff high-concept sci-fi capers were released. And I put all 3 of them in my honorable mentions because I love them all dearly. Limitless was, it's sort of a science fiction-y sort of Flowers for Algernon type caper thing with Bradley Cooper. I think it has some really cool ideas. It goes some places I wasn't expecting. Really cool movie if you haven't checked it out. Source Code, directed by David Bowie's son, starring Jake Gyllenhaal. It's a really...
Jake Gyllenhaal.
It is. It's a really cool movie that I will not even begin to describe the concept of, other than the fact that Jake Gyllenhaal is on a train and
He's got to
he's got to stop something from happening.
I'm tired. of
And
these
there's
killer
some really
holes.
cool science fiction concept at play here.
Jeffrey Wright's also in it. He's always good.
Jeffrey Wright is in it. Jeffrey Wright's great in it. Yeah, Source Code, really cool movie. I'd recommend it. And then the third of those is The Adjustment Bureau. Matt Damon and Emily Blunt meet when they're not supposed to, and there's this entire conspiracy of these men in hats that are basically keeping the world in order and trying to, you know, it's a really cool, convoluted, maybe a bit too long in the tooth sort of fantastical idea. I think it's a really cool movie. It's not, of the three, that's the least perfect, but it's really cool. Super 8 is J.J. Abrams' blank check movie. After all of his franchises in between his Star Treks, before he would do his Star Warses, he got a chance to do his one homegrown, homespun idea based on his childhood and his influences. It is very reminiscent of other movies and better movies because it is J.J. Abrams after all. But it is very good, and it's a very cool sci-fi movie about people making their own films with Super 8 cameras.
I thought it was about the cheap
I like
hotel.
Yeah. No, it's because that's the thing. Other than being a hotel chain, Super 8 was a brand of like homemade, do-it-yourself cameras, and that was the whole thing. A lot of people would make their own movies on Super 8 cameras, and so it's a very nostalgic kind of movie. Also, probably the first thing I really enjoyed Elle Fanning in, and now she's doing everything really well. So, Midnight in Paris. I love this movie's script. I love this movie's cast. It's Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston. Tom Hiddleston plays F. Scott Fitzgerald. Gordon Soule plays Hemingway.
They worked together before Loki?
Yeah. And that was what was fascinating, because going in, it was like, so they have a couple of scenes together. This is a really cool, fantastical, high concept film that I couldn't for the life of me bring myself to put up, because I really don't want to talk about Woody Allen right now. I just don't. But I do enjoy this movie. It's a very good movie, and it does some things that I really enjoy with the sort of high concept time travel kind of thing. And Owen Wilson is, of course, great in it. And lastly, because I'd be remiss if I didn't mention it, Horrible Bosses, a movie I watched a lot on cable. It's a very good studio comedy, in my opinion. I really like the way that Jason Bateman, Charlie Day, and Jason Sudeikis work off of each other and off of people like Jamie Foxx and Jennifer Aniston. It does a lot of things that have not aged well, and I am aware of that, and I take that like murder.
Murder never ages well, does it?
The whole Jennifer Aniston plot, where there's some really iffy things about consent. Kevin Spacey is the main antagonist of this movie. It's not a perfect movie.
Look,
I like it.
Hey, at least it doesn't have any of those fucking awkwardly funny lines like Baby Driver has. I was blinded by the balls on that kid.
I was in love once. But yeah, Horrible Bosses. Obviously, it's not for everybody, but I happen to really enjoy it. Those are my honorable mentions.
Jordan, he was drag racing in a Prius.
In a Prius.
I'm
not very good at it. I don't win at it.
Also, Colin Farrell's movie as well.
Yeah, Colin Farrell's actually great in his few seasons in it, and I like that movie.
I also really like Horrible Bosses.
Yeah, no, you and I, that was one of the comedies we sort of bonded over at Purchase, I think.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
I know, but it's not for everybody.
Don't worry, Christian, we have Mr. Driller.
Yeah!
All right. Christian, I'm going to popcorn you on this
Indeed. Hugo is on the bracket. Life Without Principle is a Chinese crime drama detailing the 2008 financial crisis. Sounds ultra serious, but it's actually a bit of a dark comedy where you sort of like take the perspective, like chronologically confused perspective of like three different plot lines all going on simultaneously. I don't really want to say much more than that because there's almost a little bit of a surprise factor of where it ends up going, but it is a very strange, interesting movie, and I kind of wish I had the opportunity to put it on.
I just pulled up the Wikipedia page, and I'm looking at the cast list, and the character names are really funny to see all in a line.
Are they funnier than Mr. Smiley and Ricky Tarr?
They're on that level.
It's been a little while,
we have someone, apparently the main character, because it's listed first, is simply Panther.
Oh yeah, they all have
okay.
those aliases, right?
Yeah.
Basically, it's been a little while since I've seen the movie
Panther,
because I watched it.
Dragon, Brother B, TT
Yeah.
Chow. I think that's actually
Fucking
just the character's
Killer
name.
D.
But
Yeah.
Lung. A guy named Lung.
I breathe that.
You don't breathe lungs. You do not breathe lungs.
Wait, you don't?
I breathe air.
This yearly is sponsored by emphysema.
I thought you were going to sponsor it by lungs.
The Adventures of Tintin is on the bracket. Drove its way onto the bracket.
Yay!
Real Steel is 11-year-old me's favorite movie ever made ever.
Wow.
Great sequel to Red Steel 2.
Oh, truly. You don't even need to interact in this one. It's the
What
trilogy.
if Rocky was a robot?
True. It was Hugh Jackman teaching a robot to love by punching people in the face.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that was the
Movie.
plot at all, but okay.
So yeah, no, it was just Hugh Jackman training up a robot, and then he fights in a bunch of boxing matches against other robots. I didn't really care much about the plot. I just liked watching robots fight each other, and it's cool. It really gets the blood pumping.
It's based on a Twilight Zone episode.
Which is really funny.
Yeah.
Moneyball is on the list. It got on base.
Yes.
The Sunset Limited is on the base. I mean, for the bracket. On the bracket.
It made the stop.
Oh,
The Yearlies Athletics. The Tragedy of Man is a Hungarian animated movie that just goes through everything. From Genesis to the distant future, and it just talks about fucking everything ever. I'm sure someone out there has made a really concise and efficient 20-hour video essay about it, but I didn't watch any video essays about it. I just thought it was a really ambitious and cool project that while very dense, is also incredibly unique, and I don't regret checking it out. Absentia is a very early Mike Flanagan horror movie. And it is definitely an example of him using that
Mike
sort of like
Flanagan.
low. Yeah, he's the guy who just
Yeah.
directed The Life of Chuck, which I think is coming out soon.
He did Oculus and Midnight
What
Mass
is it?
and-
Oculus, Doctor Sleep, Hush, and Absentia.
oh, we did Doctor Sleep. Okay.
Yeah.
He did.
He
What's
might
the
be
other
working
one?
on,
Gerald's Game. Yeah.
Working on a Clayface movie?
Oh,
Did I
that's
miss
so
that?
fun.
I'm really
That's
interested
so
in that.
good. I love that. But
And
yeah,
another
Absentia's-
one to the horror director, to superhero director pipeline.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I love this pipeline so much.
It's so funny.
Get into one in this very bracket.
Yes. Anyway, Absentia is a very much low budget show. What is it? Don't show or tell horror movie that I really enjoy. It's very
Don't show, don't
quaint.
tell, just infer.
Exactly. This is my favorite genre.
I think it was crowdfunded.
That's cute. I love that. Actually, that's awesome. I watched it way back in the day because my family actually really likes Mike Flanagan movies. Weird
Yeah.
distinction. And I like them too. We'll talk about more later.
Yeah.
Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. I
Yeah,
cannot
Soldier
believe
Streamer,
it.
Hitman.
Just like cannot believe these spies are sapping my centuries. This is this movie was very confusing, but I did enjoy watching it.
Yes.
There's a retired movie, Kung Fu Panda 2. Obviously,
Yeah.
it would be on this bracket if we did not already talk about it. And then I have a category of movies where fucked up movies, because this movie that I watched called Tyrannosaur could have easily been like my number 3, but it's so fucking messed up that I didn't want to be that guy.
Does this movie have a JoJo style opening?
Definitely not.
Are you sure about that?
What are you implying? There's no way. I watched this movie and I know there's not a fucking JoJo style opening.
Okay,
What do
real
you
talk.
know that I don't? What is
Because
it?
I read when I saw that you put this on your list and looked up the Wikipedia description of it, and the first line is "kicks a dog to death."
Well, that's the thing.
Oh.
That literally happens in the first 20 seconds of the movie. And then, like, the rest of the movie, until now I get your joke. Thank you.
Yeah.
But now the rest of the movie is, there's so many content warnings, it would be longer than the length of my honorable mentions. So, like, but it's a good movie. It has Olivia Colman and Eddie Marson,
Yeah,
who we might...
Considine, yeah.
It has Eddie Marson playing the most despicable human being on the planet. So when I saw him on a later movie on this bracket, I actually
Yeah.
started having an anxiety reaction.
Oh my
Uh,
Oh
god.
my god.
And it was directed by Patty Jenkins, who's an autistic director, and I believe that more autistic film directors should get more credit for their work.
Who did you
And
say?
then the
Patty Jenkins or Patty Considine?
was it Patty Jenkins or Patty Considine?
Patty
Fuck.
Jenkins directed Wonder Woman 1984 with "You Need to Give Me the Detonator."
Yeah, I did not want to get those two mixed up.
Kal-El, no.
No.
And also, I mean, look, even more disturbing than that was the Three Caballeros. I couldn't fucking sleep after watching this movie.
Il denial.
I love how
But
this joke makes Jordan laugh, but every time he puts Yoshi up, it makes Jordan scroll. I made that word up. I don't know why the word scrone came out of my mouth just now.
Scrum. It's the past tense of scrum.
Dear diary, Taylor made up a word that sounds like scrotum.
Clanky
You're
and
right.
Enormous
Do that.
Misery.
All right.
Taylor scroned.
Going from highest to lowest. I'm starting with Carnage. Honestly,
Oh.
kind of wish I put it on the bracket. This is a movie based on the play God of Carnage, which is a play
Yes.
about these four individuals, two sets of parents that are trying to discuss how to handle their two children getting into a fight. And as the movie progresses, I'll just say that they start to act like their children. And it's a very fun comedy. It's got fucking Christoph Waltz and what the hell is his name?
John C. Riley,
John C.
Foster.
Riley in it. And it's got
that.
Jodie Foster and Kate Winslet, I think. Like that's like the whole cast, by the way. But like it for the movie that this is, it's a very stacked cast. We get ready to boo in 3 seconds. It was also directed by Roman Polanski.
We had to go and fuck it up.
Which is why I think I reserved putting it on the bracket. But
Question.
the movie itself is very good, and it's really because of the original like play God of Carnage that I think I love this movie
Yes.
as much as I do. It was a play that I was in back in freshman year of college, and it's a really good play.
Is it better or
Fran?
worse than Be More
You
Chill?
in the back.
Oh, sorry.
At what point does someone in the cast turn into like a blood themed symbiotic monster?
Oh.
John C. Riley does that in the post credit scene.
Okay, good.
Teasing the
Ready for
sequel?
Avengers Endgame.
True.
Yeah.
I should say
John C. Riley in Carnage, and you distract Kang.
I got
Yeah, okay.
Clanky. Carnage would
Yeah.
make an interesting double feature with Mass.
I was
It
thinking that.
would.
What the hell? Oh my
It would.
god.
That's so true.
Bad and
Yeah.
Which
But,
we'll
like-
be discussing in a future one of these, but yeah.
So, yeah, no, Carnage is great. I recommend Carnage, and I kind of regret not putting it on the bracket. Anyway, Moneyball is on the bracket. The Sunset Limited is on the bracket. I realized, like, Hugo would probably be the next slot if I was smart enough to remember to put it on the bracket, but I don't have to worry about that because
Instead,
it's
we
here.
have
Next is Scooby-Doo, Legend of the Phantasaur. Now, guys, hear me
Yeah,
out.
Pete.
Now, hear me out, guys.
Banger
This
alert.
might be one of my favorite interpretations of the gang. I think that they're done not only pretty like faithfully done here, but they're just a lot of fun to watch. This is the movie, if you guys are familiar
Hang
with
on, this is the one where Ultra Instinct Shaggy
I
comes
was
from, right?
I was literally about to say it
Oh,
if you
sorry.
didn't come in. No, it's okay. So if you guys are familiar with the fucking like Shaggy Ultra Instinct meme from a few years ago, this is where it
Oh.
comes from. And like it might be like a tired, drawn out meme that I never found funny. And like I thought that, and then I watched this movie and I thought it worked really well. So I think you guys should give this a chance if you like Scooby-Doo. If you're not a fan of like the tropes of Scooby-Doo or whatever, you're probably not going to get a lot out of this. But this is one of my favorite interpretations of the Scooby Gang. So I definitely think you should give it a try. And then last but not least, Paranormal Activity 3. I wasn't going to put this on the bracket after we literally just talked about Paranormal Activity 2. But this movie is, yeah, you're right. But this movie is like the prequel to the first two Paranormal Activities and talks about like why this family was chosen specifically to be haunted. It does what it's trying to do pretty well, but unfortunately around this time, and especially when you get to Paranormal Activity 4, the gimmick of the movie really starts to it really starts to stretch itself out too much to the point where you're like, okay, how was this all fucking recorded? You know? But it does have some really great scares at the end of the day, and I think that that's ultimately why you watch horror movies. So I still think you should. I still think it's a good movie that you should give a try if you like Paranormal Activity. And those are my honorable mentions.
It's kind of crazy about Paranormal Activity because Paranormal Activity 2 was a prequel to Paranormal Activity 1, and then they did another prequel too.
Yeah.
And the only franchise that will continue to go back, it is the memento of movie franchises.
Well, I mean, Final Destination has done that as well.
You know, weirdly enough, I've never seen a Final Destination movie.
We'll fix
I
that,
have.
maybe.
I think they're not good, but I think that they're at least entertaining.
That's right, everybody. We are winners here at the Yearlies Film. And now we're going to win some more, although someone's going to lose because there can be only one. Unless we tie. We've never tied before, interestingly enough.
Yeah,
No,
we're not
we're
allowed to
we're
tie
not talking about the
with
Highlander
people.
yet.
Nobody split their vote in half yet, which I didn't know we could do.
If
We
I
can't.
vote with the
Well,
left lobe of my brain and make another vote with the right lobe of my brain, does it get counted as two separate votes?
Yeah.
It
I'll
depends
split my
on whether or not
personality
you've taken
throughout
the
the night.
limitless drug.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, starting us off is a Christian pick called Attack the Block, in which I assume someone takes a baseball bat and violently beats up the curb, versus Moneyball,
Yeah, that
in
does
which-
happen in that.
which
And
belongs
speaking
to
of baseball
Jordan,
bats,
and is in which I assume someone glued a bunch of single-dollar bills together into a ball that bounces.
Yeah. And then if that would have happened, they would have won the pennant.
All right, so
it's just that easy.
one of you must go first, so kill the other one, and whoever's left standing can go.
Uh,
Do you have a
All right,
preference,
Jordan killed Christian. Ready?
All right.
all right.
All right, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Okay.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
So as you can see, I'm a bit of a baseball fan. I've been collecting baseball cards since I was like 11 or 12, and I've had this sort of encyclopedic knowledge on baseball, on different players and a lot of things. And so I was familiar when this was coming out with the 2002 Oakland A's team and the sort of low budget mentality that Billy Beane went with in order to make this into a competitor. The thing about this movie is that knowing the actual story and then seeing the movie is very interesting because the movie makes a lot of stuff up. And I want to make sure that you guys are aware that I don't think that's a bad thing here. Because this movie is written by Aaron Sorkin. Well, not Aaron. Okay, it's written by Steven Zalian. Aaron Sorkin did some rewrites, script doctoring. Some of the best things about this movie are things that may not have really happened in this way in real life. I mean, the Jonah Hill character is sort of a conglomerate of a couple of different assistants that Billy Beane had over the course of this, and there were some meetings and instances that didn't really happen. There were some things that are like brought up for the sake of tension. Philip Seymour Hoffman's Art Howe character. Yeah,
I was gonna say I've heard that Philip Seymour Hoffman's character, IRL, was actually just kind of a really nice guy and was kind of ticked
It was like,
off.
yeah, I'm in on it. Yeah, sure, let's go. But of course, you get Philip Seymour Hoffman, he's got to be a little grouchy about it.
Yeah, everything he saw in the movie was like, oh, so worked with the guy for years. This is what you really think about me, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. But that's the thing. You get like an Aaron Sorkin, and there's dialogue scenes that just really fly in this. And again, it makes something like the GM dealings of a baseball team seem really interesting. There are scenes where it's just Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill and a phone just going about GM deals and trying to do 3 or 4 deals at once, and it's fascinating. Aaron Sorkin and Steven Zalian make it really interesting and gripping stuff, whereas it could be, given different writers, some really boring stuff. And also, Brad Pitt is just given his A game to this performance. He really imbues this Billy Beane with a character. He has a lot of real ace reads and just gives some really nice energy to him. Yeah, this is just a really cool baseball story, marked with a lot of baseball fact and real footage and real actual things. A lot of them used as parables, while also just being a fairly simple rags to riches story, but with that sort of art housey Bennett Miller sort of edge of this isn't going to be an entirely happy ending because it's not as cut and dry like that in the baseball world. And I think it's a really fascinating way that this movie turns out at the ending, where Billy Beane loses. You know, he has the chance to hop onto the winning ship, the Boston Red Sox, and he doesn't take it, and the Red Sox win the title 2 years later without him. It's a fascinating story and a fascinating parable for what a man's grasp is and can be. And even if it's shrouded in a lot of baseball stuff, which I know not everybody here is a baseball person, I think this makes for a really nice movie.
I'm a human person, but I do
Also,
like baseball.
in the first 5 minutes, you get jump scared by Bobby Kotick.
Yeah, Bobby Kotick plays a guy that doesn't want to spend money, which is quite a reach.
I don't know who this is, but that's funny.
I respect this movie because as someone who likes watching baseball when someone else is watching it in the living room. I respect this movie for taking it more from like from the stands of we're watching the managers put together the team, and it's less about like just one guy has to hit the home run, which I won't turn my nose up at. Like obviously that kind of stuff is hype inducing, but I like seeing a movie about. In a way, I guess I'm a lot like that Jonah Hill character. I like seeing the fucking math behind it. You know? It's very intriguing to me.
It's fascinating how this movie manages to make baseball seem so like statistical, because like it's something that you don't really think of, but like it definitely is true.
Absolutely, at least now.
We haven't talked about him yet, but also like surprisingly, a pretty good Chris Pratt performance too. I say surprisingly, that's mean, that's a reach. But like
Chris Pratt might be overcast and stuff, but he is fundamentally a good actor.
Oakland Athletics, here I come.
That's the thing. It was like a shock to my system when I saw him in this movie, because I was like, what the fuck? What are you doing here? And then like it was like, oh okay, he does exactly what he needs to do, and he does it almost perfectly. So well done. This might be one of my favorite Jonah Hill performances too.
Yeah,
I
agree. There's a movie I'm going to put up in a couple of years that has a better one. But
interesting.
Yeah,
There's a movie coming up next round. No other statement. Just there's a movie coming up next round.
there is,
You are right. That is a statement.
I watched all the movies I needed to watch for this year, like in like the past 5 days.
Oh
Yeah.
Shit!
Damn.
He did the Mick watch schedule.
Moneyball was first because during the 2 months we had to watch this, I was just like, I'm gonna like get into like those like finance dramas. Like I'm gonna watch Big Short, and I'm gonna rewatch Wolf of Wall Street. So Moneyball was kind of like, okay, this is basically kind of just a finance drama, but with baseball.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah,
that's what makes it good. That's what makes it gripping.
Shall we let Christian beat up the block?
I'm gonna fucking
attack the
shit out of this block. Attack of the Block is a 2011 kind of horror, kind of action movie directed by Joe Cornish, who co-wrote a later movie on this bracket, actually. And this movie stars Finn from the Star Wars sequel trilogy. And it is
a doctor.
Someone who was a doctor for a short time.
Oh yeah, okay, I didn't know that actually. Sick.
Jodie Whittaker.
And basically, this is a movie about a bunch of kids in, I believe, South London, fighting against an alien invasion. The best way that I can describe this movie in an elevator pitch is that it is British Stranger Things. You follow essentially this sort of like a main gang of like teenagers just basically going around thinking they're cool shit, beating up a couple of aliens before things really start to hit the fan, and it's got that really homely vibe. It's a very small movie that takes place over the course of one block, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is basically just a term in ye old Britain land for an apartment building. But
one big flat.
Yeah, exactly. Precisely, bruv. Most used word ever in bruv.
They do in it a lot as well, I think.
God, being a stupid American watching this movie. It's British people are so funny, man. They have
the thing that none of us are American.
You don't have to do the accent all the time.
Do your homework. Watch Naruto.
Watch Naruto. It's so fucking funny.
I got to see what the girls are up to.
Yeah, no, this This movie's got a lot of fun moments with its main human characters. I find the group of kids to be very endearing, even though they are basically like, they start off as like it's a bunch of thugs, but then you really grow to feel endeared to the characters as they literally fight for their lives and die because kids die in this movie. It actually shocked the hell out of me because when I watched this movie for this, I had originally watched it back in the day when I was like way younger and it was on the TV and I was like, the alien designs in this are so cool. So I did not expect to rewatch it nowadays and realize younger me was watching a bunch of other kids get slaughtered by admittedly really, really cool alien designs. They're covered in this sort of like black fur that looks like it's absorbing light, and the only thing that you can see are the bioluminescent fangs. They make these screams that are apparently a mix of dolphin noises, random animal snarls, and women screaming. And they basically run around almost like these weird gorilla homunculus creatures. It is incredibly inspired and really serves to cement this as an incredible sort of monster flick, essentially. This is a really great Halloween movie that I feel like I kind of want to watch again around the Halloween season because I feel like watching it in the middle of, April kind of does it a little disservice. Yeah. At the same time, the action in this is very superb because it's so raw and just beating the shit out of a bunch of aliens with bats and sticks. They don't have guns in ye old British land, so they use blunt weapons. And I also love these two side characters, which are the two way younger kids that basically are like, we're gonna go kill the aliens, and then they get the shit scared out of them.
Robs, that's mayhem.
And then they actually kill one of the aliens, and it's so funny. Literally Konohamaru-esque characters.
Was
Trunks
that
and Goten.
That's
was
for
that
you
for
and
me,
anyone
Christian?
else who watches Naruto. And
did you just Naruto?
Watch Naruto.
Yeah. I made a DBZ reference in the background. That's wild as well.
Naruto.
Dear diary. Taylor didn't get my DBZ reference.
Yes.
Anyway, the other things I want to mention are just like obviously the style of this movie is just superb. I suppose you could say mainly the music really stuck out to me. The music itself was composed by Stephen Price, who was I believe nominated for an award for composing Gravity, which is huge, and then also the non-jukebox songs in Baby Driver, which is also huge. And the music when the aliens start chasing after the kids really sends your blood pressure skyrocketing. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a really fun movie. They also dive a little bit into implications about like systematic implications of the aliens invasion. They don't really dive too deep into the themes, though John Boyega does go a little bit into sort of like how these aliens are sort of almost like an allegory for sort of like the classism, racism going on in the area, but at the same time, I almost wish they went a little bit more further into it. But even as a small little dip, I think it was a neat extra way of looking at this movie. But at the end of the day, it's a really fun action movie about kids beating up aliens.
Yeah. No, I it's funny because when I first caught this one years ago, I must have caught it midway through on cable. I didn't take it that seriously. I'm like, it's just a monster movie, kids with bats, yada yada. And so I finally got to watch the whole thing for this, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's substance here. Joe Cornish and I believe did Edgar Wright co-write this, or I know I know him and Cornish are friends.
He produced it. I don't think he wrote.
Okay, yeah.
Is that where the Cornetto trilogy comes from? It's him.
I don't think it's I don't think Cornish and Cornetto.
John Cornetto or Joe Cornetto.
Cornetto is the brand of ice cream, but no, I think that I really like how Joe Cornish directs this, and I like swimming around in this world, and it's very substantial. It's also just like good tension, good suspense. I love the world of this flat that we're going about. It really, and it also just hits those emotional moments. So yeah, I really enjoyed this watch this time around.
Yeah. There's a lot of shots in this movie where it's like, also for a movie that's kind of seems a little low budget, they get away with some crazy shots, like when they shine the spotlight on the building and there's a bunch of black fuzz on the building that's just like 20 aliens climbing up the walls. It's like crazy. The setting helps this so much, so many confined corridors, and it's fantastic. I fucking love this.
Oh yeah, it's such a great movie.
I would get pretty emotional if we went to the vote.
Okay.
Cry.
Tear time. No.
All right.
I wrote this diary entry with my tears.
Now, the voting order is actually the same as the voting order in which I introduced everybody. Do you remember how I introduced everybody?
I was
No,
first.
I
I was first. God damn it!
I was
first.
definitely third.
I was second.
Wow, you know what? I'm proud of you guys. Except for
I was-
Mick, who didn't say anything.
I was third and
actually
fourth.
straight up said I don't remember.
Okay. Well, then you know what? More power to you. Then yes, that is the voting order. Clanky, please.
So I've heard of Attack the Block. I really, really wanted to watch Attack the Block. My plan was to watch it today, and then life got in the way, and I wasn't able to. And I really just should have fucking watched it a month ago. So I probably, if I had to guess, if I saw Attack the Block, I'd probably be voting for it right now because from everything I know about it, it seems really up my alley. But I've never seen it, and I know I really like Moneyball, so I'm voting for Moneyball.
I'm gonna attack your cock.
That's so fair. Honestly, I deserve it.
All right. And once Christian finishes
I'm gonna
bruising
try that out in
Clanky's
the bedroom
appendage,
next
he's
time.
going to vote.
Yeah, I like Moneyball, and I liked it. I liked it quite a bit when I watched it. I think I like it a little less since I watched it, only because the impact is kind of worn off a little bit. I still think it's an incredibly impressive movie, an incredibly interesting movie, especially from like the genre of baseball movies, which I feel like I did not know the scale of how much of an established genre this is. Boy, am I about to learn.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, Attack the Block definitely feels like more my thing. I love monsters. I like monster movies. I like the bioluminescent fangs and the juices, and they scream and they rip people apart. It's crazy. I love this movie. I'm voting for Attack the Block.
All right. And after he finishes attacking the block, Jordan's going to vote.
This is such a close one because I really enjoy both of these movies. They're very close in my rankings. Moneyball is going to get the edge because I've seen it more times. I think I actually saw it twice in theaters. And I think it's all in all the better film. But I again, like Attack the Block, if in any other matchup, pretty much I would be probably voting for it. It just had to go up against Moneyball first. So
A rough first round, yeah.
it's like Tangled again.
But what about Mick?
I'm voting for Moneyball.
Damn it.
Okay.
What am I gonna do
And
with
then-
this block?
Sorry, I really
Graham,
like Moneyball.
I think we are going to do something called posterity.
So, Attack the Block was the fourth of 5 movies I watched yesterday.
Holy shit.
Look, I committed.
Look, I'm glad.
Thank
Look,
God.
I'm glad you did. You have more commitment than I do.
Yeah, I watched it with a friend of mine who had also like been meaning to watch for a long time, and
I watched it with the block.
I really enjoyed it. And I'm gonna vote for it just because I think Hollywood could make another Moneyball. I don't think we're gonna get another film like Attack the Block anytime soon.
I
Unless
like that
sequel
reasoning.
gets off the ground.
so fair.
Unless they get that
Yeah.
sequel.
Here's hoping.
Okay. Money attacks the block. I'm not going to do this one. Immortals versus the Sitter. I wonder who put those up. If I look in my notes, I see that the Immortals belongs to Mick. And I don't know who put up the Sitter, but he must be a really lame person. Let's do this. Let's go right to the vote. Okay, Clanky.
But we need to talk about these movies first.
Clanky, your vote, please.
I have a lot to say about both of them.
Yeah.
If you want to be lame, then I guess we could fucking talk about these.
Yeah.
But,
there's
like,
lots of bad things
also-
to say about Immortals.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, as I'm following all of these reviews on Letterboxd, I'm like, oh, Immortals didn't do so well either. Maybe it's close, but the Sitter is still ranked lower. All right,
Well, let's not let the numbers speak before us.
all right,
Yeah.
fine. All right, fine. If I have to,
I could go first if you want.
it's up to you. This is your Yearlies.
It's not, but
It belongs to Mick. It's Mick's Yearly.
It's
Look
Mick's
at it,
Yearlies.
yeah.
This is the
I
Mick
did leave it to you in the divorce.
one.
we were never married.
I will purchase this.
I didn't
Yearly's
say it
old-
was our divorce. I just said the
Oh, okay.
divorce.
Gotcha.
I'd like to purchase this Yearly's from you for 10 million bison bucks.
What's the conversion? What's the conversion rate of bison bucks to fuck it? I don't know. Something
about
yearly
6 cents.
coins.
All right. Nick Immortal. 3,
Okay.
2, 1, go.
All right.
Make
So this is I do like how both me and Taylor are going to be incredibly like defensive about our tastes
Yeah.
for both of these. So okay. I forget when I mentioned this. I forget where I was, but I remember saying the other day with a lot of pieces of media, if something is bad in a lot of areas but isn't good in one particular area, I'm willing to forgive it more than I'm willing to forgive something that's generally pretty good but fails in one area. That's just like a weird thing I've noticed about myself. I like a lot of things that are only kind of okay. And Immortals is a film that looks awesome.
Yeah,
and that's about the only good thing it has going for it.
It's true.
The story is, I mean, you could write this in your sleep.
They wrote it in his sleep.
Yeah.
The acting is
Did you say the story is stop and then go the acting is?
Yeah, that's
There's
exactly
not really
what I
much of the story. The story is fight.
Yeah. The acting is fine. The reason I love this movie is for the visuals and the spectacle of the film. All right?
Absolutely.
This movie looks like, I love shit like this. I don't know how to describe it, but I just love the way this film looks. Every single frame looks like a Renaissance painting. I absolutely love this movie's visual style, and for me, that is enough that it's one of my favorite movies because of that alone. Here's the thing, it's directed by Tarsem Singh. I love Tarsem Singh's movies, and they all kind of have this same problem. So many of them are have the same problem of they look really great, but you can't actually. They maybe don't have the most substance. Other films he did were The Fall and The Cell.
I am familiar with The Cell, and honestly, it makes so much sense.
Yeah, I love how this movie looks, and that's all I can say about it because it looks awesome, and that is the only thing it has going for it.
Can I mention something about? I adore the wardrobe for this movie. The gods have the funniest hats I've ever seen. Poseidon has a hat that makes him look like Sonic the Hedgehog, and Hermes has this weird golden mohawk with swords coming out of it. It made me laugh every single time they were on screen. And also, why did they build... I know this is purely because it looks cool, but why did they build their town on, the side crag of a mountain where, nobody could possibly get to them without, climbing rope or something? It does look cool, don't get me wrong. It looks fucking awesome. As for a painting or something.
Also, speaking of, the look of this movie, I really like how, simple the Mount Olympus is, when they're on top all watching it, watching everything unfold, and they're just kind of in this spacious pillar in the sky. It's great. I love that kind of look for this movie. And the scene where you finally realize what that what the bull does, that steel bull,
the brazen bull.
Yeah, the brazen bull. Thank you. I knew it was real. I just forgot the actual name. But once you see the reveal of who was in the brazen bull and how it actually works and everything, being someone who wasn't familiar with the brazen bull before this movie, it was ooh, that's actually a pretty cool idea. Yeah, it's lifted from fucking Greek, it's literally lifted from history, but it is what it is. It's still really cool. And the thing with the soothsayers or the mediums or whatever, and they all say that they are the one who can see the true seer into the future or whatever, and they all kind of work together to protect the identity of the one. I think that's also really cool too.
Yeah.
One
last thing I want to say, because this is one of my favorite scenes, is the final fight between the gods and the titans.
That's pretty cool.
It's so cool because, and this is a favorite bit. I believe the implication is that the gods and the titans are moving so fast because they're superhuman.
Frame rate.
They're moving so fast in their fight with one another that when they die in slow motion.
It's almost like when
Oh,
their body can no longer keep up with the godlike speeds.
Exactly, and so
back.
they just die. And they die in slow motion. Like that's the coolest fucking shit. I don't care who you are.
I also
Alright.
like the scene. The villain in this movie is very funny. I like the scene where the
Mickey
guy gives
Rourke
him.
as King Hyperion.
You can't understand anything he says most of the time.
That's Mickey Rourke for you.
I do like the scene where the rat goes to him and is like, "Oh yeah, I can tell you about this village," and he's like, "Oh, thanks for the intel, but also you're a coward and a rat. I'm gonna crush your balls."
Yeah.
Also, I
really
just want
funny.
to point out, like, even the Minotaur in this movie is just a guy in a funny hat.
Yeah.
Like that, all that stuff is cool. I just think that like everything connecting it is the problem, unfortunately,
It's
because
just dreary.
I don't think the story is too engaging. I think that this movie kind of gets a little boring at times when it's not doing anything that's like, you know, like the cool fight scenes or whatever. And even then, like at the end of the movie, like I do have some appreciation for like the God Titan fight, but there was a point where I was like, okay, there were not this many fucking Titans. How do they not at least clear most of them already? Like, I don't know. I feel like this movie really wants you to suspend your disbelief to be like, oh, look at all the action and the set pieces and everything, which I can do to an extent, but there got to a point where I was just like, all right, like it is what it is. It's just not for me, I guess.
It's got that big problem of dragging in the middle, basically.
Yeah.
Drags through like
what do we
good
call
60 minutes.
what do we call the A-Team last year? It was a stepdad movie. I think this is kind of
This is
another
like,
stepdad movie.
It's like your step grandpa movie, like that.
super like hyper masculine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really reject that label, but fine. Not every movie in which characters are masculine is a stepdad movie.
That's
but
true.
It is a movie that a stepdad could like. Thus, it has a probability.
Stepdad could, in theory, like any movie, though.
Exactly. I don't get this. Like, what do you mean, stepdad?
I think, to me, a stepdad movie is like this movie that has cool action scene moments, but at the end of the day, there's not really a lot connecting at all.
Substance.
Not a lot, like, there's not a lot of substance there, is I guess the point. That's how I define a stepdad movie.
Okay.
Doesn't have Demi Moore or Margaret Qualley in it. Not a lot of substance.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, we should. I think we're all avoiding talking about it, but I have actually some good things to say about The Sitter. And I know.
Well, unfortunately, we've passed the 8-minute mark, which, as we all know, when we hit the 8-minute mark, we never continue to talk. So we're going to just go right to the.
How did we talk about Immortals for 8 minutes? What?
Because you guys fucking started talking about stepdad movies.
It's true.
It's like you guys almost cut the length, and then someone was like, "What's a stepdad movie?" All right, look. I can't help you.
Yeah.
I can't help you if you don't think this movie is funny, because humor is subjective. So if you go into this movie and you're like, "This movie isn't funny," and that's the only important thing to you in the world, then I feel really bad for you. Because
what are we talking about?
Honest to God, I don't think a comedy movie has to just be a comedy movie to be entertaining, which is a horrible thing to say about your comedy movie, by the way. But fine, let me give it a shot. Am I nostalgia blind for this movie? Absolutely. Do I think it's a good movie anyways? Yes. I rewatched it the other day after looking at Christian and Clanky's scathing, and I mean scathing Letterboxd scores. And I still feel like, I don't think anyone could give this movie that low of a rating unless they really hated it. But it's like this. I enjoy movies where someone is a fuck up, but they are the kind of fuck up that still manages to make someone's life better in the process. Jonah Hill's character is a loser for all intents and purposes. He's a college dropout. He gets arrested multiple times and generally makes trouble for everyone. But he still never loses his ability to talk to people and schmooze them and speak to them on a level that gets them engaging with him, even if he's so fucking bad at it that it's crazy. And the way he guides these 3 kids who, are not bad, who start the night in one place, but he somehow ends up fixing all their problems by the end of one night while still kind of ruining their innocence in the process is kind of what I think can be a really good aspect of a comedy movie to me. And it's not just that. He has to pull off this ultimate night because, first it's just like, oh, I need to get cocaine from my girlfriend so she'll have sex with me, but I'm also with these kids, so I have to fucking put these kids in danger. But then it goes to, oh, the kid I'm babysitting has a fucking habit of fucking running away and blowing up toilets, and he just stole $10,000 worth of cocaine, and now a drug dealer is going to kill me unless I rob a bat mitzvah. And
I think that kid was funny.
And I think that the concept of having to pull off this ridiculous night where I got to get the money, I got to get the kids home in one piece, nobody can find out that I did this. I like movies where all of those things are in play, and I think this movie mostly pulls that off well at the end. There's a lot of things that happen at the end where it's like, did he really get away with it? But I think the fact that he was basically blackmailing the dad by the end is kind of how he gets away with, like, the dad probably saw that he fucked up and is like, I'm just not going to say anything because this kid scares me. And I also just love Carl, the drug dealer, the overly friendly drug dealer who takes one look at Noah and decides, you're my 8th best friend in the whole wide world, and you stole from me. This guy was my 3rd best friend in the whole wide world, and I shot him in the knee for being a bad listener. You do the math. JB Smooth is here, and they set his balls on fire. Look, I could sit here and describe jokes, but nobody's going to laugh if they didn't laugh the first time. But Jordan and I did, and maybe that's enough. I went to see this with my sister. My sister was like, at the time, this is my 3rd favorite movie of all time. We have lots of good memories there. I think this movie is so fucking harmless that, like, it's really, I feel like you have to really try to hate it. But I guess not, because 2 of you hate it. And if Mick saw it, he would hate it too. And Graham...
The trailers for this movie actually triggered my OCD trauma when I was younger. This movie actually scarred me for a while, and the trailer for this movie actually scarred me for a while. It made me physically uncomfortable, So you're not getting any help from me, Taylor. I'm sorry.
Mick, if you think I was going into here, be like, Mick will save the day with this Jonah Hill opinion, then like you don't know me at all.
I gotta be honest, Taylor. I was surprised.
I can't believe Mick's not going to have my side during the Jonah Hill movie
comedy.
His pick.
The Jonah Hill funny fat guy stoner comedy.
He does not once smoke a joint in this movie. Calm down.
No, he doesn't crack.
This isn't really a stoner comedy. He never does the crack.
I very specifically said it. All right, I guess crack is cocaine.
Yeah, there is coke in it. Yeah.
I think the thing with this movie is that while Taylor, you find the non-comedy aspects redeemable, I guess I just don't. And I don't necessarily like Jonah Hill in this movie. I kind of just feel like he's this asshole that at the end of the day, like, does kind of grow more as a person, which is better than him remaining an asshole. But, like, I'm supposed to, like, by the end of the movie, you're definitely supposed to believe that, like, he touched all these kids' hearts and, like, made sure that they were, like, better people for it. And, like, now the parents are in theory going to be seeing improvements in all their mental ability or mental stability and all that. But, I mean, like, to me, it doesn't devote enough time to make sure that you feel that way by the end of the movie, and, like, is instead really focused on the jokes, which I never really found funny. And, like, it's kind of this push and pull of, all right, well, I don't find the jokes funny, so maybe I can find something out of the plot. Well, I don't really think the plot's doing too good of a job to have me believe it, so I hope the jokes are funny. And it's this constant back and forth of trying to find something I do like about this movie that I'm sorry, I just didn't.
It's so crazy to me how the difference of half a star will lead you to find all the good points in Mick's movie, but none in mine.
Because here's the thing, if I do have to say some good things about this movie, I think besides the what's his name, Kevin Hernandez, who is like the kid who fucking blows up toilets or whatever.
That's
like,
pretty funny.
I do think that the child actors in this movie are pretty damn good, pretty damn believable, and I think that that's a very impressive feat. I think that Jonah Hill acts well in this movie. I don't necessarily like his lines or his script or him, but I think that he does a good job in this movie.
Man, 2012 is going to be a laugh riot.
Sorry, man.
That's a better one. That's a better one, Taylor.
Fun fact, I've actually shook the hands of someone that's in this movie.
Tim
Was it the kid that blows up toilets?
No. You're probably not going to get it, but he's only in this movie for like 2 seconds, but he gets way more famous later.
Chris Pratt.
No.
He got
Jonathan
famous like a
Forte?
couple months.
No.
How about Deanna Gibson?
He's reading the fucking letterbox cast
No.
list.
A little cool.
Just put us out of our misery. We gotta
How
wrap
about you,
this
Tal,
up
this
anyway.
week?
Alex Wolf.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Dude.
Great, you shook hands with a naked brother.
Yeah.
oh my God.
yeah.
At a
I
Home
see. I
Depot.
see.
Removed from the context of the band, that statement is crazy.
Yeah, I didn't think of the band for the first 8 femtoseconds of that. So after it came to me a little later.
Guys, we've spent 16 minutes on the movies that I think you're all going to hate the most, so can we go to the vote?
Yeah, we could do
It just
that.
sums us up, doesn't it?
True, the 2 worst movies on the list.
Yeah.
Well, I actually liked my movie quite a lot, but in any case, the voting order is still Clanky!
At the end of the day, I'm giving it to Immortals because I think it's the movie I enjoyed more.
Okay, going to skip Christian's vote, Jordan?
Okay, here's the deal. Immortals. I like the opening shot. I like the closing shot. In between, there's a lot of things I didn't like. And let's just be clear about it. Even if it looks cool, Immortals, people die in Immortals. That's false advertising. Meanwhile,
Yeah, wait.
Meanwhile, you can say a lot of things about the sitter, and people have. And I'll say a couple more, because this is very funny. It does have the visual of JB Smoove running out of the woods with his crotch on fire, and then apparently he dies afterwards, which I thought was hysterical. And this movie has some very funny things in it. But somewhere in the production, some test screening must have come back bad, because the edit of this movie is atrocious. There are scenes that feel completely lopped in half. There's like bits that you think, okay, there's a plot point that's missing here. It just feels like they were just trying to get the runtime under 90 minutes and trying to get it to just the most concise jokes, and it just doesn't work, and it's at the mercy of the actual integrity of the film. But at least Jonah Hill still sits down in it. Therefore, it's not false advertising. It has a sitter. The other movie doesn't have people that are immortal. Therefore, I'm giving it to the sitter.
I mean,
Wait,
Immortals released on 11/11/11. Does that do anything for you?
Skyrim
No.
Day.
You know, yeah, so did Skyrim.
Yeah.
I vote for Skyrim.
All right, Jordan, put Skyrim up for Christian's vote. Mick?
I'm voting for the Immortals.
Okay, and Graham?
I really did not like this movie anytime Sam Rockwell wasn't on screen, so I'm giving it to Immortals.
All right, so Christian's going to vote for the sitter as a posterity vote, is what I'm getting at.
Look, I will not go off on the sitter unless provoked. I will vote for the Immortals, but if you would like me to lose it, I will gladly.
Christian, what happens in Yoshi?
Everything, nothing nearly as heinous as in one of these movies, Jordan.
Okay.
Christian, can I say what your letterbox review was for the sitter?
Yes, you may.
He just wrote, "God has abandoned me."
And I don't think I need to say anything else about the sitter. You can all
Which I think is
infer my
very
thoughts.
factually irrelevant to the plot of the sitter, but you do you son of a fucking bitch. Round 3 is The Muppets, which Clanky put up, versus
The Muppets.
Mission Impossible Go to the
polls.
entry. I think
Ghost
it's Ghost Protocol. Yeah, it's Ghost Protocol. Calm the fuck down, Clanky.
I know, fuck, it's Ghost Protocol!
Which was a Graham pick. So I'm going to let the person who was less mean to the sitter go, oh, wait.
Graham,
Who
you
wants
can
to
go
go
if you'd like.
Sure. Thank you.
Of course, anything for a friend.
Let me just start the timer. Go ahead.
Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol was the first Mission Impossible I'd seen in theaters.
I'm not alone. Not in theaters,
Yeah.
but still.
Every time I go back and rewatch it, I like it like a little bit more. This has some of my favorite sequences of the whole series. Weirdly enough, like I think the fact that the villain is so kind of like one note and like crazy is kind of like a point in its own favor. Because like this is just a film about a guy who just wants to nuke the world. You kind of know why. You kind like you get it. Like there's not like a whole like thing about it. Like no, he wants to set off nukes. Ethan Hunt's gonna stop him. And I liked there's a theme of going through this film of technology kind of being used against the IMF team or just not working.
They doubled down in some of the sequels.
Yeah. Like the opening scene uses the like Josh Sawyer's character gets killed because the facial recognition goes off. Or when it's, oh no, like our mask machine stopped working, so now we just have to bank on the fact that these two people have not met each other.
Hilarious. They couldn't get away with the fucking Mission Impossible 2. Everyone wears 3 masks strategy.
Oh yeah.
Can I say something?
Something.
Okay.
Go ahead.
He beat you to it.
Yeah, he actually asked to say something. He didn't ask you to say something.
Yeah. So there's a I've recently been listening to the writing lectures by the author Brandon Sanderson, and he mentioned he had a thing where he mentioned the Mission Impossible series, and he said it's odd because most franchises get worse the more entries they go. Mission Impossible, apart from an early hiccup, kind of gets better the longer the franchise goes on.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I
And even that one hiccup, depending on, like, I know some people who are like, yeah, 2 is my favorite.
Oh,
Which is-
really?
I kind of get it. It's like, it's to some
Like,
degree.
It's just like, they're just like how insane it is.
Yeah, I mean it's a John Woo movie, so
Yeah.
I'm
But
one of
this
those
is insane
people-
in some
yeah.
good ways, because this is Brad Bird insane.
Brad Bird's epic. Let's go.
What? Yeah, I think I ended up so I'm not really somebody who gets into like actiony, blockbuster movies that are like epic globe-trotting adventures or whatever. So I kind of went into this a little cynically, and then by the time it was over, I was like, "Fuck, dude, that was actually a lot of fun."
Yeah.
It definitely has like some of the best set pieces, I feel like, for some of these Mission Impossible movies. The building scene,
Burj
everything
Khalifa.
that
The
goes
Burj
on.
fucking Khalifa.
The fucking Burj Khalifa. Everything that happens with the Burj Khalifa is so strong and made my balls scrunch up into my body several times. I also, the ending, it is burned into my mind where he's going, mission complete! And then he has to like mash the button several times to get the rocket to disarm. It's fucking awesome. Also,
Again, both those scenes involved the technology not working for them.
That's an interesting theme. I didn't really ever think about it like that, admittedly. I also really like the team of this. I like Ving Rhames a lot, and I was very happy when he was a part of a lot of the Mission Impossible teams. But I like this team of 4 quite a bit. This is when Shaun of the Dead guy was introduced into the...
Simon Pegg.
Yeah, Simon Pegg. He was in 3, but he's in this one a lot more.
Mm.
Simon Pegg did really good in this movie. Like every time he made a quip, I ended up laughing, and it was great. I love Simon Pegg.
Super good in this. Jeremy Renner even kind of works.
Yeah, they got Hawkeye.
Yeah. Which I think behind the scenes, it was like some studios are like, oh, we want to like maybe have Jeremy Renner kind of like eventually maybe take over in case like, Tom Cruise doesn't work out, and Tom was like, no.
Lol.
Maybe he's their backup if Tom Cruise, dies doing one of the stunts. I don't know.
Yeah.
What I like, because this is my favorite of the Mission Impossible movies, and what I like about it so much is that there are so many elements that Brad Bird added and that are different from the sort of Macquarie mainstream version of the franchise, like just little dog-eared pieces of it. Like I like the plot with the investigator, the Russian investigator that's trying to bring Ethan Hunt down throughout the movie, and he doesn't realize till the very end that he's been wrong the whole time. I love that. I like the fact that this is this is the only one with Paula Patton, and she's really cool in her role. I like the role she has late in the film where she has to seduce the guy from Slumdog Millionaire, and she's really fun in this. This feels like a movie 1 of the franchise, even though there have been 3 prior movies. It feels like this is like the start of something. Like, okay, we're getting Tom Cruise out of it. It's starting here, and it feels like a really fresh way of looking at a franchise that it's sort of careened out a little bit over the last couple. I love that. I saw this in theaters on Christmas Eve when it was out, and I every time I go back to it, I adore it. But then also the Muppets, which I also love. So this is another tough one for me.
Yeah. I have to turn on my camera for this one because this one's important to me.
Please.
I really. Oh fuck, dude.
Oh my
All right,
God.
hold on.
Oh, dude, that's my favorite Muppet you have in the background.
Give me a sec. I don't have to adjust it. I can just stand up. Okay. All right.
Is that an air conditioner, you son of a
So,
Yes! Yes!
what are you guys laughing at?
Oh, no, I just got
Nothing, we're
I
cheering.
Jordan, can
won
you turn your
$5
camera off
million.
actually, so I can see his?
Clanky, we're laughing at your what we're laughing at is your the shining tie.
Your overlook
I know.
tie.
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I had to like really make sure I dressed my best today. So I had to put it on because we're talking about the Muppets, dude. We can't not dress nice for the Muppets.
That's smooth.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So
Hey, Clanky,
Anyway.
can I ask you a bit of a weird question?
yeah,
Where did you get you?
from my mother. Like, what kind of question is that?
Holy shit, he's really good at. I mean, you are excellent today.
At speaking, I hope. But
Yes.
anyway, let me get into it, please.
Practice. Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, what's interesting is that this was the first real Muppets project that Disney got to work on. They did the, I believe they did the, what the hell was it? The Wizard of Oz, like the Muppets
Yeah, they
Wizard of
did,
Oz in
yeah.
2005. But I mean, like most people kind of agree that kind of sucks. So,
Yeah,
this
God,
was like
that's-
the first real time that the Muppets got to shine again, which I think for a comeback, they did a really good job with it. So this movie is kind of like your basic, like, save the rec center. We got to make sure that we save the old Muppet studio.
We
and
gotta put on
rather
a
than-
big show.
Yeah, and
Gotta
like
light the
rather
lights.
than focusing on like Kermit and Miss Piggy, well, it does later, but like the main like what's it of this movie, the main like person driving it forward is a brand new Muppet named Walter. And
Yes.
I gotta say, I really like Walter. I don't think that he really shows up much more after this. He shows up in like the sequel, I think, for a little bit. They do a little bit with him in like the Muppets ABC show. But the problem at the end of the day is that like this movie stars him and it makes it seem like he's gonna be like this, this like big deal. But he's not. And like at least after this movie. And like I think it's a shame. I think it's a wasted opportunity, but we're talking about, the Muppets as it stands right now. We're not talking about the future of the Muppets. So what he is in this movie works really well. He like my favorite musical number in this one is Man or Muppet. I think it will literally fucking won
it's
an
so
Oscar.
good.
That's how good it
Yeah,
was.
it did.
But like
It's written by the other one of the other guys from Flight of the Conchords, not Jermaine Clement, the other one.
yeah.
Brett McKenzie.
But that actually brings me to like this movie was written by what's his name, David Siegel, and the guy who
Jason
directed
Segel and Nicholas
Forgetting Sarah
Stoller,
Marshall.
who did exactly.
Yeah. And like he pitched this movie to Disney with the original names of the greatest Muppet movie of all time and like the cheapest Muppet movie ever made, which was like a reference to like another 80s movie, but like another 80s Muppet movie that they were gonna do. But like I'm glad they didn't do that because the hubris would have been like like off the chart, But either way, Jason Segel is also in this movie. He plays Gary with his long-term girlfriend, Mary. And the whole plot of them, like their whole thing is that they're trying to, like Mary really wants Gary to propose, but Gary's still kind of too concerned about Walter and everything. So, like, I think that all of their stuff works really well. But then
So
it's
Gary
once we
doesn't
get-
want to marry?
Yeah. So
I
it's once
get
we
it
get
now.
yeah, it's once we get to like the actual we have to save the Muppet Studio when this like really starts to shine and you get like a whole breadth of characters. The comedy in this movie is so funny. When
Oh
you
my
first meet Fozzie again, he's working with a fake Muppets called the Muppets. And
With
like,
Dave Grohl
it
on
just works
drums.
so well.
Can I say my personal favorite joke in this is when they're like, "We need a celebrity guest," and Kermit goes to his old catalog of phone numbers to people to call, and he gets to one. And he's like, "I believe, hello, Mr. President Carter, are you?"
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, he no longer lives here. Well, do you have a forwarding address? Hello."
Yeah. Like as far as like celebrity guests are concerned and everything, Jack Black fucking like kills it in this movie too.
my god!
Like,
I
They
love the bit
fucking-
where they're arguing about whether or not the moral implications of kidnapping Jack Black. It's when I can really see Siegel and Stoller just writing and having a ball.
yeah, he's an actor. It's okay.
I feel like,
What-
and this is
what's
someone
worse?
who Oh, sorry.
Mildly inconvenience Jack Black, or let it the Muppets go. Kidnapping Jack Black.
Kidnapping Jack Black.
So good.
I will say, as someone who only for this bracket started actually consuming Muppet media, it definitely felt like this movie took advantage a little bit of being like in the age of like 2011 into the more like subversive, like, oh yeah, the Muppets go ahead and they kidnap one of their guest stars this time.
They have to do it. They got to do what has to be done, you know?
Yeah, I think it works out, even though it's a bit of a, I don't want to say it's like, I guess, spicy humor, I guess you could say, like spicy 2010s humor.
That was the main complaint that a lot of Muppet purists had with this movie, is that Stoller and Siegel added a lot of more frat packish kind of humor, and that wasn't the sort of like Jack Burns and Jerry Jewell sort of Hensonian humor that they were used to. I think it actually really works here. I think a lot of jokes in here work for this movie. I think I'm not as much of a purist as everybody else, but I think at some points, like with the fart ray or whatever that Fozzie does, I see their point.
Like, I think that in general, a lot of Muppet fans just need to like in a nice way, in the nicest way possible, like kind of get over it. Like, we're not going to get another Jim Henson again, unfortunately. No. And the only way we're going to see the Muppets like grow again and like actually be relevant is if we try doing different things with them, like the ABC show, which I personally don't even think is too bad. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that like this movie is like, it's the start of something that I wish was finished, you know?
Yeah.
Apparently, in one of like the early drafts of the script, they wrote like the final words being like, "And check out the Muppet Show coming back on ABC or something," and the studio sent them a note saying, "Nice try."
That's so fucking cute.
All right, then, shall we do the thing where we decide which thing we like more than the other?
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely. Which is another tough one for me.
All right. Clank it.
Pop it. Twist it.
Taylor, don't fucking call me that ever again.
Why is your face glowing red?
He's getting darker.
He's getting
angry. Do
angry.
not say that to me again.
This is like when an anime character.
You realize I'm gonna have to put like dramatic music behind that.
We got horror movie
Son
violence.
of a bitch.
Careful, Clanky. I decide if you get to vote.
That's true. I mean, at the end of the day, I really fucking love the Muppets, and Mission Impossible did surprise me. It really did. But me and Jeannie like both loved this movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Outstanding review.
Jeannie is here too. If you want to say hi to her.
Please tell me.
Oh,
Please tell me.
Please, I swear to God,
Please tell me.
Hold on, she's having trouble getting ready.
Please tell me. Oh my God.
I'm hideous. Just give me a second.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm
Yes!
Yeah, she's here.
I live.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think this bit is done, don't you?
No, you should.
All right. I'm fucking so tired. Goodbye.
Why would your arm be tired? You're just on the computer.
Jeannie, I love your puppet as well, mainly considering.
Down.
All right. Well, while Clanky and Jeannie are trying to find their way to the floor, Christian, do you want to vote?
Yeah, no, what I find interesting about this bracket is that there are 3 franchises on this bracket whose 4th entries of movies are represented in here. And this is one of them. And I got to watch all 3 prior Mission Impossibles before getting to see this one. And I also, for research on the Muppets, I went back and watched the Muppet movie, which was also really, really good. I got to do a lot of great research for this. Moving right along. I love that song. Both these movies are great. I'm voting for Mission Impossible because of Brad Birdemic, and also because like it's one of the most exhilarating action movies I've watched in a very long time. I think if I'm going to watch a Muppet movie, I'll probably choose the Muppet movie over the Muppets more often than not.
It is I will admit it is the better movie.
Okay, Jordan, what are you going to do?
Another tough.
He's going to sigh.
Yeah, I am. I'm sad and it's a different Jason Segel puppet movie, but
it's really hard to believe that things are going to be Muppets.
I can't. All right. I love both of these. One of the things that surprisingly didn't come up in the pitch is that, in my opinion, every Muppet movie has at least one really impressive performance by a human performer. Like Muppet movie has Mel Brooks or Charles Durning, take your pick. Great Muppet Caper has Charles Grodin absolutely acting his ass off. Muppets from Space has Jeffrey Tambor. This movie has Chris Cooper, Oscar winner Chris Cooper, as the villain. And when I say he gives his entire soul to playing this incredibly goofy villain, I mean that as it weirdly works. He's having a ball, and I kind of love that. The Muppets, I'm glad the Muppets exist. There are some flaws in it. There's some torsion between Nick Stoller and the Muppets, and also Disney trying to bend it to its will, because it's a very corporate Muppet movie. But I love that movie. I am ultimately going to give it to Ghost Protocol because I think it's the better movie, but I love the Muppets. And again, it's the matchup, man. So much of what I love is matched up against each other in this one.
You hate to see it, but I totally understand.
Mick,
Come back to me.
coming back to you, Graham.
I think one of my favorite things about Ghost Protocol is that its climax just takes place in a parking garage.
Yeah, that's fucking
Yeah.
funny. It's like a really
Like-
vertically oriented parking garage.
Yeah, it is like, you know, it's like in India, with like, so it's like super like rich and all of this, but I think it's just like a fun little thing of avoiding the like, we're through it, and then like a castle or a big building or a tower. So yeah, I voted for Ghost Protocol, but I do also love the Muppet movie.
All right, Mick, it's just a posterity vote.
In which case, here's my thing. I'm gonna give my posterity vote to the Muppet. I did not get a chance to watch Ghost Protocol.
Okay.
It was on my list, but I kind of forgot about it. But the thing is had I seen it, I might be voting for it, because while I liked the Muppets, there were enough things it did that I was just like, I don't know, like the villain getting defeated during the credits.
Old.
I have a weird I almost said game theory. I have a weird conspiracy theory about that, where they probably wanted to end it like with the bittersweet note of, well, they didn't save the theater, but they're still the Muppets, god damn it. And like I think some corporate intervention was like, but you gotta throw in the villain getting defeated and giving it back to them.
Yeah, otherwise the kids will cry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Well,
don't want kids to
if
cry at a
I
Disney
agree with you,
movie.
but
Also,
it
Toy
is
Story
stupid
3.
that it's there.
had the Muppets won, I would have, for no special reason, asked Clanky to throw his hands up in the air and go, "Yay!" But I suppose there's still losers.
The Muppets
bracket.
might win a bracket soon, or
Yeah,
a
we'll see.
matchup soon.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
not
gonna
out of
say.
it's not out of the running yet. But what still is in the running is this great action. I'm not going to set my opinions in. Sherlock
Sneak.
Holmes: A Game of Shadows, which belongs to Graham and nobody else, and Hugo, which belongs to Jordan and nobody else. I don't know why I'm so possessive.
Who are
this
you
round.
shading?
This is the possessive Taylor round.
You're
Who wants to
possessive
go
for other
first?
people's sake.
Yeah, I'm very protective of you guys.
Aw, thanks.
No
All right.
problem. Well, Jordan, you went first last time, right?
No, Graham went first last time, right?
Yeah.
Well, Jordan, you went
Jordan, the
first
floor
last
is
time.
yours.
All right.
All right,
That's Jordan,
I
if
can
you
go
would.
first this time.
Dear Diary,
Sure.
Taylor thinks I went first in round 2.
Dude, Taylor's finally giving me agency, and I don't know how to feel.
Yep,
All
Jordan
right.
is Jordan.
All
The
right,
Jordan
here we
is
go.
floor. All right, at 3, 2, 1, go.
The Invention of Hugo Cabret is a book that I read in middle school, and what was cool about this book is that it's a narrative book written by, I believe, Daniel Selznick or something like that. But also, in addition to being a narrative story about a kid living in the walls of a clock in the train station in Paris, it's also illustrated. So you get these sort of almost flip book-like illustrations of, you know, Hugo and his friends on this adventure, and you get these stills of you know, old George's heyday and things like that. It was unlike anything I'd read at the time, and I remember being fascinated by this book in school. And then I heard a couple years later that it was being adapted into a film by Martin Scorsese. And I went, really? It's kind of tame for him. But Martin, this is probably, and look, I've seen a lot of Scorsese films, obviously. I saw one for Last Bracket. I've seen, Goodfellas. There's going to be another one in another couple of years. I really enjoy Scorsese's works. He's one of the greatest film directors of all time. For years, and I think currently still, this is my favorite Scorsese film because it is one of his truest statements about his own love for cinema, because he makes an entire adventure film centered around the preservation of the works of George Méliès, one of the great silent filmmakers and real film magicians of his time, played in this film by Ben Kingsley quite wonderfully, I will add. This is one of my favorite Ben Kingsley performances. He's so good in this.
Huge.
He's very good. But no, this is an amazing visual spectacle adventure story of these scenes of Hugo and his friends running around the train station being chased by Sacha Baron Cohen. I love the scenes of all the different denizens of this train station, all the other characters like Richard Griffiths and Francis de la Tour and Emily Mortimer and all these people. And it's a well-populated world. I love how authentic it is. I love the fact that this is a movie where Scorsese uses CGI while also still being Martin Scorsese. And it fits. It doesn't feel like he's talking down to people. This is a rare movie where Martin Scorsese's trying to make something that his daughter could watch. His daughter Francesca, I believe. And I think this was something that I watched. I actually didn't watch this when it came out. I watched it a couple of years after because one of the people that really taught me what I love about film, he was a former escape artist, former magician. And he loved this movie because it was so much about the spectacle of magic.
Wait, really? Sorry, Jordan. I'm just learning that you have a backstory that we've never uncovered.
I used to go to this film camp in New Jersey.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The instructor who was in the film industry was a former escape artist, and as a kid he would do all these amazing escape routines. And to this day, he's a member of the Magic Castle. He was friends with David Copperfield, and.
Sorry, because this already feels so Hugo core. Yeah, I was friends with like a magician who was in the film industry. It turns out,
escape artist, one of my mentors. But yeah, he showed this movie one year.
One of my mentors.
Yeah, exactly. And I fell in love with this movie, and for years I've tried to show this to as many people as possible. Hence me putting it on here. This is a fantastic movie, and it makes me so happy, and so. It reignites my love of film.
I gotta speak as someone who went into this movie not knowing anything about it. How pleasant a surprise it is to find out what this movie is actually about.
Yes.
Like, because I almost kind of go into a movie like this expecting like your average just sort of like adventure flick where it's sort of like we have to get back to the clock or something like that because it's on the poster. But. No, it's this very it's a really heartwarming story that kind of gave me a little bit of the teary eyes.
The choky hokies?
Yeah, the little wiggly wibblies. In the little
snaggle snaggles?
Yeah, we call them crying in these parts. But yeah, no,
how
I
American
think,
of us.
Ben
we
Kingsley
guys stick together.
I have to second Ben Kingsley because his performance in this is so simultaneously endearing and soul crushing.
Absolutely. Like, you really get the sense that he's this guy who lost his love for filmmaking and slowly, like, gets it back, It's just, like, this movie is great. This movie is phenomenal in what it's trying to do. I really love, even, like, performances by Sacha Baron Cohen being, like, the comedic relief.
He's so good.
Are, like, actually really entertaining. And even he gets the happy ending that you feel like he kind of deserves.
Yeah.
It's really sweet. This movie's great. And, I really liked this movie.
I didn't see it, but I really like Asa Butterfield.
Yeah, he's great in this. For a while, he was rumored to be the next Spider-Man, and I was like, well, he was great in this, so he could do it.
Yeah, and he's also British, so...
Yeah.
Hello,
so it worked out.
Do you guys want to move on to the other movie?
Ah, yes. This one I did see in theaters.
The quote-unquote mystery movie? I'm sorry, that's the last time I'll do that.
All right, it's not a very good mystery, but... thrilling stuff.
this is interesting because the first Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes movie I think I've seen.
Oh,
It has
that
it's
effect
got
on
it
people.
now.
Oh man, it discombobulated you.
It's not even like, oh, it's like, oh, that tells you about the movie. I'm like, I think I remember it being just fine. But Game of Shadows like came out. I saw this in theaters, and I was just like, this kind of like these two movies were kind of like my introduction to more Sherlock Holmes, which could be.
Well, I had Sherlock as well. So.
You never forget your first.
Yeah, but this was my first Moriarty.
Actually, that's not true.
story.
You did forget your first.
Literally proven wrong immediately.
This was my first Moriarty, which I thought that was a great villain in this film.
Jared Harris is great.
Yes, he's one of those actors who's like good in almost everything. And,
Absolutely.
except maybe like Morbius.
Yeah.
And this isn't like a mystery in the traditional sense of, oh, we need to find out who did it. It's more of like, oh no, Sherlock has to put together the clues of how he's doing it, like what he's going to do next.
It's more of a cat and mouse story than a proper whodunit, which
Like,
I don't. Kind of like, and I don't know if anyone will be I don't know if anyone will be pissed off by this comparison. Kind of like Knives Out.
Yeah.
No.
I liked a lot of the action in this film, like the slow motion, which apparently, Christian, slow motion in this movie was done by one Gavino Free.
Was it really?
I've never been able to find out if he was just the camera operator or the guy setting up the slow motion.
Holy fuck!
But he's like, this is I'm like, okay. And then I think the final scene, like the final quote unquote fight between Sherlock and Moriarty, I think that is one of my favorite sequences in the whole movie.
When he turns it around and it's like, oh, I can make things go slow-mo too. Get on my level.
No.
So
They literally,
good.
they're both playing the mental chess and they know that Sherlock has a disadvantage. So Sherlock does the one thing that he thinks he can do right now. And they're at the Reichenbach Falls, so guess what happens?
Yep.
They Reichenbach fall.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, if they're going to include that little teaser at the end of the film, they really should have been sure they were going to make a third movie.
Well, they still say that they're going to. So.
Yeah, they do. They keep dangling the fucking carrot.
Everyone says everything.
But they also said they were going to make a Toonstruck too, and that's not happening.
They also said they were going to make more Tintin movies, and they still say that
we'll get to that.
We'll get
to that.
Anyway, are y'all excited for Scream 7? Oh, sorry. Anyway,
don't get me started.
Marvel vs. Capcom 4.
I'm channeling my energy into Clanky. Clanky, please.
No, so really quick, I'm sorry. I think that Sherlock Holmes, this movie is, I do think that the slow-mo is pretty cool, but unfortunately, I don't really like a lot of the action sequences in this movie. I'm sorry that I'm the negative asshole this Yearlies. I'm really not trying to be. But, I think that the thing that saves this movie for me are the performances by the actors and everything. I thought that I was really surprised that R. Diggy J was doing such a good Sherlock. I guess because I've never seen these movies before, really anything about them besides knowing they existed. I was like, how good can he possibly be? And it turns out, actually pretty damn good. And same with Moriarty and everything. I just think that unfortunately for a Sherlock movie, when I'm going into it, I'm looking for a good mystery, and that's not really what you get here. And that's fine, but it's not really what I was anticipating, and I guess that's not really the movie's fault. But it felt like that it was trying to pretend that the mystery was kind of deep, and I don't know. I didn't feel that way,
Yeah, it's again there a lot of what this movie does, and again it's the Guy Ritchie touch of the sort of the very mud splattered cinematography and the very stylized bit. I think the first one just does a lot of it better, and I think I just like the mystery in that a bit more. I like the flair of this one. I like some of the action sequences. I like just some of the big reveals, like the reveal of the gigantic cannon what's his name? That Moran is about to get like. I like his reaction on that, but no, it's not as good as the first one to me, and it sort of doesn't always. It tries to be bigger and better than it actually is, and doesn't work as much as it really should.
Yeah.
All right. Then why don't I stop us before we hit 12 and go right to the vote?
Yes. We gotta save time
Right.
somehow.
Clanky, did you know that you're still first after all this time?
Yo, so true.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
I really love Hugo. So I'm definitely giving it to Hugo. I want that little automaton boy that prints out pictures of the
Yes.
So
a trip to the
cool.
moon.
Yes.
Now Automaton, draw her protecting
Shit.
the pilot.
Automaton, show me this man's balls.
This movie's like half the reason I'm getting a tattoo of that moon during the summer.
Oh, that's so good.
awesome.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Well, Christian, before Clanky gets that tattoo, would you please vote?
I was pleasantly surprised by the Sherlock Holmes movies. They worked on me. Whatever fucking magic spice they were brewing, they worked on me. Okay? All right? I thought it was
Damn.
really funny when I think it's really funny when Robert Downey Jr. hits people and then goes quite or something like that. I love
Well, I
this
think it's really funny when Jonah Hill yells at the kids.
I only need one
Wait,
more
did he
trigger
vote?
and then I'm going off on the sitter. It's happening.
Did you vote?
No, I did not vote. I was talking about how I liked Sherlock Holmes because I like how kind of almost unsophisticated it is, weirdly enough. At the same time, Hugo, I am very huge on Hugo, and I am going to be voting for Hugo, but I may come back for Sherlock Holmes because it was a very fun ride.
All right, well, let's fun ride over to Jordan.
Here's some irony for you. Stephen Fry has complained after this movie's release. Stephen Fry plays Mycroft in this, and he's complained there were bits of his that were cut, which is a lot funnier when you remember there's an entire scene where Stephen Fry is walking around naked.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the uncut bits. I ultimately am going to give it to Hugo, though Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows I've seen a ton of times. It was always on cable, and I think it's a very fun movie, if not as substantial as the first. Hugo is the greatest and makes me feel so happy, so I'm voting for it.
Okay. How does it make you feel, Mick?
I like Game of Shadows. Which is weird because because there's another movie that I don't like, which I already compared it to. But we'll get to that one eventually.
There goes 2019.
Oh, listen, this is probably one of my most controversial hot takes ever. But anyway,
Damn.
yeah.
Wow, we're thinking ahead.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into it. Obviously, that's a different plate of cookies for a different glass of milk.
Cookies. Where's your cookies?
What's the fucking joke I did about you were my favorite snack, fucking Ice Park or whatever? I don't know. Yeah, I'm voting for Hugo.
Okay.
Because I too want to live in the walls of a 19th century train station and befriend a washed up filmmaker.
We all do.
And be tasked with tending to the clock.
Yes.
Graham, bring us to the halfway point.
Hugo was the second of the 5 movies I watched yesterday. And I enjoyed it. It's Martin Scorsese. Like, I feel like he's trying to do like a Robert Zemeckis kind of film.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. But that being said, I just really enjoyed Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows a lot more. So I'm voting for Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Jordan, put up some applause.
The fucking monolith that just showed up.
Was that me?
That was a truck outside my house.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's hear it for the truck, everybody. The truck.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you guys, it would be super if we start around 5, which is Super versus The Adventures of Tintin. Now, of course, you're asking who put up Super, and that's a great question. It was, of course, Clanky. and The Adventures of Tintin obviously belong to Mick. So one of them is going to go first, because it would be really weird if a third person who didn't put either of those movies up asked to go first.
May I?
It's actually not that uncommon that happens.
True.
But yeah, you go first.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the movie that I was kind of alluding to when we were talking about, like, I wish I put Carnage on. This is the movie I would have replaced it with.
Right.
Because in like context or whatever, the first time and only time I've watched this movie was during the pandemic, because I got recommended it by a bunch of like YouTubers or whatever, or like a YouTuber rather, and I was like, okay, it looks kind of cool, I guess I'll give it a shot. And I remember really enjoying it, and it's one of those things that I just wish I had the time to rewatch, because I think on a rewatch I might not have liked it as much as I did back in 2020. This movie is about Rainn Wilson, who is better known as Dwight Schrute from The Office.
Yeah.
He plays like a religious, like a religious guy who loses his wife to a drug dealer, and then believes that he gets a vision saying that he has to become a superhero in order to like save his wife from the corruption of like the drug dealer or whatever. So he becomes the Crimson Bolt, which is this guy who just fucking beats people who commit like petty domestic crimes, which like I think that is what makes it so funny to me, that like somebody like does something so menial and he's like, I'm beating you with a crowbar now. But
It's
like,
even funnier in anecdote form. Like,
yeah. And like I remember really enjoying, like later on eventually he gets a sidekick who's played by Elliot Page, and like the thing is that like their dynamic in the movie with each other is very interesting, because like you really get the feeling that they care for each other, or at least that like Elliot Page's character is going through this kind of like one-sided relationship and everything, and like you by the end of the movie we're here to spoil these movies, right? I always just have to check.
Unless
okay to
someone
ask.
says that they care. Yeah, you could ask every time.
Okay, I will ask every time. Is it okay if I spoil Super?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Is
Yeah.
it Dwight
Great.
Schrute at the end?
So no. At the end, it's revealed that this was all Michael's scheme to get the anyway. So
I'm sorry, I was taking you seriously. I was like, who's Michael? Did I miss this?
Yeah,
Michael
me too.
Scott, dude.
Michael Rooker.
Mickey Rourke, it was Patreon.
Yeah. Like eventually Elliot Page's character like dies, and like does it because they're trying to protect, you know, Rainn Wilson from completing the mission of like finally saving his wife. And I remember that like really striking a chord with me. And when I was, maybe it was like, you know, the fucking COVID rotting my brain at the time, but I like it got me to cry. Like I remember this being like very impactful for me. And like again, I wish I could like rewatch it, or I wish I did rewatch it rather, because I do feel like if I did, I probably would have seen more of the faults that I'm sure some of my dear pals here will tell you about.
Yeah. So, what's great about James Gunn making this movie, and again, I love
direct the movie.
Yeah. I love his work with, you know, basically everything after this. James Gunn needed somebody else to bounce some of these ideas off, to tell him maybe you shouldn't do that. Because there's a subplot in this movie where, you know, it's Rainn Wilson's character has sort of unrequited affection and, you know, unparalleled affection for his wife, who's left him for Kevin Bacon, who's a drug dealer, and is trying to sort of get her back despite, you know, her not really loving him. And it's like the reason why the thing that gets him to realize the error of his ways is Elliot Page's character, who has a thing for him that he's not returning, basically forcing themselves on him sexually.
That was,
That
if
the
you didn't
film
say it, I was
also
not bring it
tries
up.
to get us to be okay with it. It's fucked. Somebody should have vetoed it. And it does get the arc okay, but I don't know if I feel good about it. And then there's a lot of things that really just come from the mind of someone who's very much a genre lifer, a trauma lifer, who's trying to do a more mainstream film, but just, I don't know, just doesn't have, it isn't sanded down. Now, don't get me wrong, I hate modern PR speak, James Gunn. I hate The Flash is my favorite movie of all time, James Gunn. But at least now he knows what not to put in a major motion picture. And I think even as this film does things right, I can't really get behind a lot of Rainn Wilson's character because he's just sort of a disturbed, depressed man-child. And B, as much as Elliot Page's character is amazing, which is the second Yearlies in a row I've said that, I can't condone what they do in this and still get the hero's death.
Yeah, no, that's very fair. To be totally honest with you, like, I completely blocked that scene out of my mind until you brought it up.
Good.
And then I was like, fuck, that's right.
I mean, that's the thing. I'll sum up my thoughts in like a quick sentence. I thought this movie at times was funny, at times was gross, and it definitely I still found myself coming out of it entertained. It's just it also got me thinking like, okay, I think I'd rather watch Dr. Horrible next time or something like that.
I love Rainn Wilson and Dr. Horrible.
Like the reason this is one of the two movies that I didn't see for the series, specifically because I was like, I've never really been a huge fan of really excessive like gore and like stuff like that, and that's kind of what I.
If I got another movie on this list for you.
Well, we talked about that one. And that's kind of like what I knew about Super, so it's like, I'm probably just gonna skip this one.
That's so fair.
I do like it when he hits people with the crowbar.
That's kind of surprising.
Or I think it was like the fucking monkey wrench, right?
Yeah, it was the wrench. I like it when he hits people with the wrench. I pointed at the screen and said, "Ha!" I thought it was funny.
Yeah. I think the thing that just got me with this movie was that I really liked how like morally ambiguous like everything was, or maybe not even morally ambiguous, maybe more like morally corrupt, and like, this is just kind of the world that these people live in, and like it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
All right, do you guys want a Tintin?
Let's do it.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, what a movie. Oh my god.
All right. So
yeah.
Tintin.
The Adventures of Tintin is a Steven Spielberg and Peter Jackson collaboration, adapting the famous Belgian comic, and they do it in probably the only ever good use of the hyper-realistic cartoon Robert fucking Zemeckis style. Well, Polar Express is all right.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, like this film managed to avoid the uncanny valley with its art style quite well, and is just such a good Steven Spielberg adventure story.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like the missing Indiana Jones we never got. It has that exhilaration.
Yeah, and like, let's go again. Like, I know, Clanky, you said earlier you're not really a fan of this type of thing, and that's fair enough. But it's still like top of its class in terms of its genre.
Oh my god!
I will say, Mick, really quick. You might be delighted to know that I thought like the action scenes in this movie and like all that shit was some of the best on this entire bracket. I really
bike sequence. The sequence where he's down the streets of like whatever that like Middle Eastern city.
Yes.
Literally peak cinema.
And I loved the fucking two boats, one of them fucking tilting halfway on top of the other. Oh, dude, it was so fucking cool. I really love that.
One of the things I think the film does better than almost any other film I've ever seen is it takes advantage of the fact that it's 3D animated, and you can do shit with animation that you could never, or like you could do it with live action, but it would probably not come across as well. Like showing one character talking by having them being reflected in the foreground of another scene. Like you're watching one character do something, and in the foreground there's like a bottle filled with water, and you're seeing the other character speaking in the other room reflected in the water. Like shit like that is insane. And like the amount of just like kinetic energy that is in every single scene. Like almost everything seems to be moving in some of these scenes. There's just so much here. On top of that, you have the performances, which are top notch. You have Jamie Bell as Tintin. You have Andy Serkis killing it as Captain Haddock.
Oh, and then I loved him in this.
And you have Daniel Craig massacring the most un-Daniel Craig character I think I can imagine.
This is how he shows his range, this movie.
Yeah, like
I mean, probably this and Logan Lucky, I would say.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
But
Well,
like, but my point is that like, if I didn't look it up and see, oh yeah, this is Daniel Craig, I would have never believed you that, oh yeah, Daniel Craig is the villain in this. Such an amazing performance. It looks beautiful, even when, like, I would say that the only thing in this movie visually that doesn't hold up is probably the fabric simulation.
I will say I remember some of like there, and goes with every Zemeckis movie. There are a lot of times where when it gets really close to the faces, it could start looking kind of suspicious. But that is with every Zemeckis movie, especially the Polar
This isn't a
Express.
Zemeckis movie, which is why it
But
looks
it's in
good.
that style.
It's in the style. Sorry, Robert Zemeckis. Actually, I'm not sorry.
You don't have to be
Mars
sorry for
needs
that little
moms.
stint.
Yeah, if you want like just a good globe-trotting adventure, the treasure hunt sort of old Indiana Jones pulp adventure types thing, there is almost no film more clever with its use of these adventure tropes than this one. Like having a sword fight with two cranes.
Oh my god, that was cool.
I would very much agree with Jordan that this is the fourth Indiana Jones movie. It's fantastic.
I had a lot of fun with this movie too, and I wasn't ready to. And like this is another like big surprise for me. I could even see myself enjoying it more next time I see it.
Yeah. That's we've hit 12, so that's I think all I'll say on Tintin. I could go on, but yeah.
All right, then let's do that thing. The voting order has shifted. Christian, you are now the leader.
Yay!
Didn't like Nelson.
I wanted to rewatch Tintin. Wait, what?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Now my jokes are working.
There we go. This is bring them back to life.
Dear diary, I got him.
They give me the supreme
What do you mean they
ruler.
got him?
Getting them.
What do you mean they got him? I really liked him too.
Get it, Dr. Rose.
I was gonna rewatch Tintin for this because it's been a little while since I had seen Tintin, so I'm back in 2021. But after this discussion here, a lot of it has come back to me actually. So and
come back to you, okay, Jordan.
You know what? I earned that.
Dear diary, he got me.
Why am I writing in Jordan's diary? What the heck?
We share.
Jordan,
it's cool.
Back. I'm gonna vote for Tintin, but I did like a good bit about Super. I just think it's sort of a half and half situation. I think there's definitely some good in it, but Tintin is extreme cool. Way past fast.
Yes.
Way fast cool.
Jordan?
Everything about Super makes both more and less sense when you learn that James Gunn was writing it to cope with a divorce from Jenna Fisher, aka Pam from The Office. It both contextualizes it and makes it even more messed up.
Wait! That's insane, actually.
Yep.
I'm voting for Tintin because that movie rules, and I'm so glad I finally got an excuse to watch it.
Voting for Tintin because I love divorce.
Yes.
All right. Mick.
I'm voting for The Adventures of Tintin to the surprise of no one.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Graham, what are you going to vote to the surprise of whom?
Bad news, Captain. We have one bullet.
The good news?
I didn't see either of those movies. What are you voting for?
Tintin, which was the third of the 5 movies I watched yesterday.
Okay. Clank, clank.
Don't ever call me that again.
I decided
You're pushing your luck, Scoob.
Or I'll look into your soul one more time.
No, I already played Delta. I already played Deltarune.
I could see myself voting for Tintin if I rewatched Super, but because I put it up, I feel some kind of responsibility for it, so I'm going to vote for Super.
Take responsibility, Clanky.
Okay.
It's okay. I probably will come back for Tintin later on, depending on what happens next round.
Okay. And there we have another round where one thing won over another.
Yeah.
That never happened.
What?
Let's see if we can recreate that with round 6, which is X-Men First Class. I'm going to do that Jordan joke where you go, now think, Graham. And then I'm going to put Scream 4, which I almost okay. No, I was looking in the wrong place. It's not a Mick pick. It's a Clanky pick. It's a Clanky pick. Wait, yes, Clanky
That's me.
pick. Scream 4. X-Men first class. One of you go first, please. Stop this. Ah.
Becky, the floor is yours.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll get right
All
into
right.
it then. So before I get into this, I want to ask you guys a question. I would like to spoil Scream 4 again, if that's all right with everybody.
That's
It's fine with
Will it
me.
make me scream?
Okay. It
Or-
might. But I also kind of want to talk about what
Will it make me 4?
it could make you.
Four.
It might make you first class your pants. So.
Oh, I never want that to happen again.
Last question though before we get started. Can I spoil Screams 1 through 3?
I've
Sure.
seen all 4 of them
Yes.
in order to prep for this bracket. So
I've
go right
already
ahead.
seen them or read the Wikipedia pages. You're fine.
Okay.
Okay,
Starting the
so
timer.
Okay, so one thing that I really love about Scream 4 is its kind of purpose and the whole reason it exists, right? Or at least how it why it feels like it exists. So Wes Craven, the guy who made fucking like Nightmare on Elm Street and shit, made Scream in the mid to late 90s, and it became like this big hit. And it was kind of like the satire on the slasher movie, right? So much so that the characters themselves talk about being in slasher movies and how they're going to survive them and everything. And like much like, you know, a horror franchise, as it progresses, it starts to get a little bit more and more ridiculous, with Scream 2 and 3 kind of revealing that the ghost face killer, which changes in every movie, is like the reveals are, well, kind of like Scream 2 definitely references, like is trying to reference another very popular ending to another slasher movie. Like it, unfortunately, both of them don't work out. Or at least don't hold a candle to the first Scream, which reveal, which Ghostface reveal at the end was incredible. I would argue that Scream 4 matches the quality of the first movie solely because it is a reboot of the franchise. It's meant to, well, not necessarily a reboot. It's meant to bring the series back into a new light. And much like you'd expect from the Scream franchise, it is very aware of this, constantly referring to the fact that this is like a reboot of the Scream killings, which like in the context of the movie, they call like the Stab killings, because in Scream, there's a movie franchise called Stab, which is literally meant to represent Scream. It's so much fun. It's great. But anyway,
Very meta, wonderful meta.
Yeah, I love it. But yeah, so this movie knows it's a reboot and really wears it on its sleeve by trying to reintroduce kind of a new generation of the Westboro like gang, right? So the entire time you're following Sidney Prescott's cousin named Jill Roberts and like her group of friends that kind of get involved in these stab killings, these ghost-faced murders. Sidney Prescott, who is the lead in all 3 of the other movies, like comes back because she's like doing a book signing or whatever, and like for a book that she wrote, and she wants to go back to the original town, and then gets stuck there when she gets suspected of being the ghost face killer. Right. And this movie, as you'd expect from a Scream movie, it has, twists and turns about where people end up dying, and like you're constantly on the edge of your feet wondering who did it. And then it's revealed at the end of the movie that the person who's actually committing all of these murders is none other than Sidney Prescott's cousin Jill, because she's super jealous of the fact that Sidney's getting all this attention, and like she's trying to start the reboot herself and make herself the star. It's like super fascinating how this movie is able to tell this story so like, what's the word I'm saying? It's very blunt. It doesn't like, it's not trying to hide what it's doing, right? But it still manages to work so damn well because like you're really invested in the mystery. I have to say that I think this might be a little bit of heresy, but I think that Jill might be my favorite Ghostface killer because of how well she's built up. That might be a hot take.
No,
because Billy and Stu are great. Don't get me wrong.
I like Matthew Lillard a lot.
I like Shaggy. This is true.
And then
I
do also like 5 and 6.
Well, I haven't seen those yet.
I'm a little iffy on 5 and 6, but that's a different plate of cookies for a different glass of milk. We'll get there eventually.
That's 2 plate of cookies for 2 glass of milk references, everybody.
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
I forgot we did that before. That's my bad.
No, I did. I was the first one.
Yeah,
But that's a different plate of cookies for a different glass of milk.
It's just such a good phrase, dude.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I hop in about something?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is more surface level observation, but since I spent the time before this bracket watching Screams 1 through 4, and I gotta say, going from Scream 3 to Scream 4 is gnarly. The blood and the gore is cranked up so much higher, probably because by the time that this movie was released, the horror, the phase of horror movies was just starting to, I forget if it's escape or enter the torture porn genre. It depends on when Saw came out. But
it's like kind of starting, I would say, at that point.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
They reference.
This one was kind of around like the Evil Dead reboot thing that they made in the early 2010s.
That was a couple years after this.
Kind of in that thing.
Still basically recovering from the aftermath that Saw kind of left behind, and
They reference Saw in like the first scene.
They do.
Oh yeah, you're right. You are right, and it's sort of like it makes sense why this movie would be so fucking violent. But it's very, it's one of those things where it's like it shocked me at first, and I was like, honestly, blends in with the other slashes at this point. Seems very. It makes the. I don't want to say more entertaining. It kind of sounds fucked up, but it does make the kills more action packed, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like one thing I love about this franchise is it does kind of thread the needle of being horrifying, funny, but also like very heartfelt very well.
Yeah.
I think like Anthony Anderson's death in this movie is kind of like does that because he gets fucking like stab in the face. He's like you're at one point like just being like, oh my god, like so much blood, it's horrifying, and he's like the tragedy, like he's just trying to desperately swing for like whatever, and it just ends with "fuck Bruce Willis."
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta say, the ending at the hospital is one of the best endings on this.
I loved that.
Like, holy fuck,
that
dude.
was so good.
The job wasn't done, dude. It's
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I just really love how this movie manages to handle itself and how it knows, like, it really just expertly does everything it's trying to do. And I really love this movie.
But like the meta-ness of the quality. So the two ghost face killers, they're both trying to like achieve some sort of fame. Like I feel like they've like been overshadowed by other people. They're played by Emma Roberts, who is the daughter of Julia Roberts, and also Rory Culkin.
Who's
Macaulay's brother.
Really?
Yeah,
and Kieran.
And Kieran, we have to talk about him now too.
Oh shit.
He's Wallace
Oscar-winning.
Wells. And also from that other show that people like.
Won an Oscar, I think.
Yeah, he's something that he was in a suck session or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right,
We've
well, if
all
we're
been
getting on suck sessions, then I think we should move on.
Okay.
Unless you have more things.
I can
I do,
save
but
them for the vote for the part of the thing of time.
I think since we're getting to about 8, why don't we do that then? And let's X them in.
Oh.
So, X-Men first.
Oh.
I am going to start my pitch right for that. I'm going to talk about the only thing in this movie I really don't like. And that is that they kill off the one character who can't die.
Just so they can do the kill the black guy first trope.
Exactly.
Which Scream 4 avoids.
Yes. It was really disappointing in that movie. I don't like it. It's bad. Ooh, poo, stinky. That being said, I think this is the best X-Men film, but not necessarily the best film in the X-Men franchise.
I like X2 a little better, but this is great.
Yeah.
I'm with Graham on this one, I think.
Okay.
I think this captures really the dynamic between Charles and Eric really is what drives this film and what makes it. You have Professor X, who wants the world to be better. He wants like humans and mutants to coexist, but maybe he's a little too naive. Maybe he's a rich British kid. He hasn't like been down in the mud enough. Versus Magneto, who has seen the full extent of what humanity is capable of, but maybe has been too, like, he's too unwilling to believe that other options are possible, and like the eventual conflict, and like this film is about them becoming friends. You really believe that they become friends, and obviously, like they're falling out. The other
in climactic fashion.
Next
The
thing,
Bay of Pigs.
the next thing I want to talk about is the soundtrack to the movie.
Oh, such good music.
This movie soundtrack almost made me become a pyromaniac.
Yeah.
Because I was
All right.
listening. I had to read for a class Fahrenheit 451, and I was like, let me listen to music while I read. And I got to a segment in Fahrenheit 451 where he's just describing like the ways like flames are burning. I was reaching the crescendo of the Frankenstein's monster track, like, and I was like, this makes me want to burn things.
You felt like Michael Fassbender in that moment. Which, by the way, the scene where he is in the bar, that should have been his James Bond audition.
Absolutely.
I mean, I will say that James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender, they do not replace Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, but they are serviceable for sure.
Yeah. I think it was very fun in this movie watching the origin of Mystique, and even though I didn't really love Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique, I thought that like they did her character justice because for this Yearlies, I don't know why this ended up being the case, but this was the one like franchise that I tried to catch up with because I've never seen any of the X-Men movies except the Deadpool movies.
It's because I really like these movies.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go, JD. Let's go.
I grew up with him, so that's really important.
So I ended up watching like pretty much everything up until Days of Future Past. I think I maybe missed one.
Good.
But like I have to say, I'm glad I did that because I think if I didn't, I probably would have enjoyed this movie a lot less. I do agree that like James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender are no replacement for Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart, but I still think that they do the characters justice, you know.
I don't remember. It's been a little while since I've seen this movie. I don't remember liking Nicholas Hoult as the Beast.
I hated him. I didn't like him as Beast. You're right.
I think I like him more in other movies, but
yeah,
I was like, he's harmless in this one.
Yeah, I like Nicholas Hoult. I do like Nicholas Hoult a lot, but I just think that like I liked the Beast that was in X2 so much more, you know?
I mean,
Kelsey Grammer,
yeah.
Niles.
No. Also, you have Kevin Bacon as the villain in this movie.
Oh my god, he's great.
Second movie that Kevin Bacon's a villain in?
Yeah.
Second movie that he gets mutilated.
It also, like, Simon Pegg appears as comedic relief in 2 of these movies.
This is the best part about doing the films by year, is
And
that there's these
Nick
weird
Frost-
connections.
Nick Frost also appears as comedic relief in 2 of these movies.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Christian, the reason that happens is because actors get typecast to be able to fit certain roles, and eventually, after they do enough of that role, they're like, I want to do something else. But chances are, after they see him in one thing, they're like, oh, hey, you'd be also good for the comic relief in this movie.
It's cute. By the way, the person who wrote Attack the Block also co-wrote Tintin. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
along with Edward Wright.
I will always say, like, it's really funny trying to view the X-Men films as a coherent timeline. Just because, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, there are like
no, not at all. Not at all.
Minor actors like like Bolivar Trask is being interviewed on TV in like X2 or something, and he's not Peter Dinklage.
No, not even.
Yeah.
Or
What the hell? What did they do to Nightcrawler? Where did they put him?
Where is Nightcrawler?
I think we'll save any final thoughts for the vote then. As soon as I remember the voting order, because I have a goldfish brain that forgets things in 14 minutes, it's Christian.
Yeah, watching through all of the movies in both of these franchises was pretty wild. I will say, like, out of all of the franchises I ended up watching, Scream definitely had the highest high. X-Men was very consistent. They were all very consistent 3.5 to 4-star movies. And I really liked First Class. I think First Class is probably... it's hard to say it's exactly my favorite because I love fucking Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart. I want them to be my dads. I love them. But at the same time, Scream 4 was excellent, and while I don't think it's as good as the first Scream, I am a horror fan, and I am more than delighted to be able to support like my first support of a horror movie that's been put up on one of these brackets. So I am giving it to Scream 4.
You mean besides yours?
Have I put up a horror movie yet?
Black Swan.
Right,
Oh,
Jordan,
that's a horror movie? So, I guess.
Do you want a dad, Jordan?
Again, I watched all the first 4 Screams for the first time for this. I loved the first one. Thought the second one was kind of okay. Hated the third one, and the fourth one I thought was really good.
For me, I hated the second. Thought the third was okay.
That's me.
Okay, well, either way, yeah. Scream 4, I really enjoyed. It did a lot of things, both subverting and also doing like going from the original that I think were really good. It also just really works as a 2010s era slasher film. And it was a good just because you could tell that Kevin Williamson, who wrote the original and the second one, was back, and that was his voice again. Yeah. Also, and I should mention this before I forget, the guy that voices the Ghostface killer, Roger Jackson, who I actually interviewed for a podcast a while back. He's a good guy.
That's sick.
He's also the voice of Mojo Jojo.
Yes. Yeah.
And he has so many reads in Scream 4 where he sounds like he's just getting really tired of all these dumb teenagers and he's just trying to keep his patience. It's so good. He's having a ball in this movie. Ultimately, though, I am going to give it to X-Men First Class because I think it's the better movie. And I think that, and it's a cool 60s set, well-shot movie with great music directed by Matthew Vaughn. I can't not vote for it, but I love Scream 4.
But what can Mick do?
So the only knowledge I have of this Scream franchise is his appearance as a DLC character in the new Mortal Kombat.
That's so based. I love that so much.
Which is, and you guys talking all about the meta-ness. His fatality in the game is killing the player.
I love that.
Like you do the fatality and it zooms out to the Johnny Cage on the on a couch with the controller, and then the Ghostface killer comes up behind and stabs him.
That's so fucking funny.
It's like in the movie Stab.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm not a slasher movie guy, so I'm gonna vote for X-Men First Class.
Okay. Are you a slasher movie guy, Graham?
So, Scream was the third movie that I watched on Wednesday. 3 out of 3 movies. Before this, the only Scream movies I had seen were Scream, Scream, and then Scream 6.
What an order! I mean, I went from 4 to 6 to 1 to 4.
The Star Wars way.
4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
I had known going in like who the killer was. I had known because I had known I read these a long time ago, back when I thought I would never watch these movies. So I wasn't able to view this as like the whodunit that I wanted to, but I was still able to kind of view it more as like I'm watching kind of like a second viewing where I'm picking up on hints at like, oh, these are the hints that who the killer really is. And I still enjoyed it. But that being said, X-Men First Class is top of the class.
It's not over for Scream, or I will scream.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Just some tough seating, guys.
I feel like I just got a call from a stranger that asked me what my favorite scary movie was. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, Clanky, you got a call from me asking me what your vote is.
Scary movie.
What's
Some people are gonna get calls tonight, though.
What's your favorite scary movie? X-Men First Class.
It's so scary, dude.
Scary for Kevin Bacon.
Here's my hot take of the night. I think that Scream 4 is almost as good as the first Scream, and I say that unapologetically.
I kind of agree.
Yeah. It's so close to being just as good. So I'm voting for Scream 4, even though I did enjoy X-Men First Class.
Yeah, absolutely.
X-Men First Ass, if you would.
Okay, and with that amazing top class 5 out of 5 golden medal Emmy award winning joke, we are going to go on to
Thank
round
you.
7.
Thank the Academy.
And what I would like you guys to do is drive. Jordan is going to take the
Can do
lead. And then I want you to feel a little bit of melancholia with Christian. But you have to decide, will you drive first or will you get depressed first?
What do you think, Christian? You want to get yours going
Typically,
first?
I do both. But do you have a preference, Jordan?
I don't really have a preference.
Okay, I guess I'll go. Well, yeah, I guess I'll go first. I wanted to ask because when we get to next round, I wanted to see if I could start off with the movie that we both put up.
Yeah.
Actually, Jordan, if that's okay with you, of course, as
Yes,
well.
that's perfectly fine with me.
We'll
Okay,
cross
perfect.
that bridge when we come to it. In the meantime, 3, 2,
We'll
1,
drive
go.
over that bridge. Does anyone care about
No.
Melancholia spoilers? Is what I would have asked if I didn't find out that the director of this movie purposely wants this movie to be spoiled for you. So I'm not gonna ask. This Melancholia movie is a 2011 movie directed by resident crazy person Lars von Trier, who I don't think I really respect as a person. But
No.
he made this good movie. He's kind of like a fucking asshole troll. But this is apparently the second movie in
Jordan,
Von
put up an
Trier's.
asshole troll.
Absolutely.
And this is the second movie in Von Trier's Depression trilogy, which is
Oh, God.
it's like it is
More like
basically
a 15 elegy.
it's the Cornetto trilogy, but evil. And this entire movie, there's a lot to talk about with this movie, so I'm just going to take it at face value first and then go into some of the nittier-grittier stuff. This movie is split into two halves. The first half of the movie takes place in sort of like a wedding after-party starring our main character, Justine, who was just married in this first half of the movie. And then the second half follows one of Justine's friends, Claire, during the weeks following the wedding party. The first half of this movie during the wedding party is I don't know if it's supposed to be really funny, but it's incredibly funny. All the characters and passive aggressiveness kind of plays out a lot like a Reddit "Am I the Asshole" thread, because everyone, the in-laws are arguing with the co-workers who are arguing with Justine's husband and Justine, and it's so much madness that goes on during there's like fucking and golf carts. So one of the guys gets such a massive grudge on Justine that he literally just covers his eyes with his hands whenever she's around and walks away. There's the boss that Justine works for plugging this trying to connect her with this like really strange coworker who's trying to like collect personal information on her. It's really surreal. And there's a lot of really argumentative stuff going back and forth, but in a very silly, almost tongue-in-cheek kind of way that goes along with the themes that I'm going to dissect a little bit later. It's surreal, very much matched by Lars von Trier's movies, having this like amazing cinematography, wide shots of open fields. This was filmed in Sweden, and the location looks absolutely beautiful. Only bolstered by the second half of the movie, which is an apocalypse story about a planet named Melancholia that is going to crash into the Earth. I have a secret admiration for apocalypse stories. I think as much as I love horror movies, there's nothing more horrifying than an event that indiscriminately annihilates everyone on Earth. So, as someone who likes fears, this really does it for me. I like movies like Sunshine and fucking other asteroid apocalypse movies. Those are big for me. Again, the scale of the cinematography on this is perfect. Anything with the planet actually in view in the sky is enough to send any megalophobic person into an absolute torrents of sweat. And it really gives you the same vibes as something like Majora's Mask overall during the entire thing. It is quite horrifying. There is a shot near the end of the movie which involves a metal ring device that is used to check on the planet size, and when this scene happened, my stomach dropped into the fucking crust of the earth. It was absolutely horrifying. But what makes this movie really interesting to me is that this movie is actually kind of allegorical. I talked about the two halves of this movie. The two halves of this movie actually mean something more, I guess, meaningful, and can't think of a better way of wording it. The first half of this movie represents depression. The second half of this movie represents anxiety. This is something confirmed by Lars von Trier himself, who basically said that he wrote this movie following a depressive episode of his own. The first half of this movie being depression makes a lot of sense because despite this being the happiest day of Justine's life, she can't really understand, nor can anyone else understand why she is so miserable. And she goes on to make these horrid impulse decisions and so much disarray within the wedding because of this underlying depression that is not absolutely spoken by the movie itself, but is really, it really is just so, it hits close to home, where it's like, why are you upset? And I'm just like, I don't know. It really hits hard. The second half of this movie being related to anxiety makes a lot of sense, considering that Claire has a lot of anxiety over the planet Melancholia, despite the fact that everyone that she knows is telling her that everything's going to be okay. She still goes on the internet and doom scrolls through the internet to find the one article that says that Melancholia is going to crash into the earth, and perseverates on that specific article. It, again, it really cuts deep, considering I as someone who has anxiety and depression, these elements are very synonymous, and I feel like many people in the entire sphere of people who've experienced things similar to this would also feel the same way of finding some sort of relation in something like this. It's a haunting movie. It's got beautiful shots, slow motion shots, but I don't think Gavin free filmed them, and overall, I think that this is... It may be a little pretentious, but god damn it, it was entertaining and fun to think about. Also, the location in Sweden where it was filmed was Trollhättan.
Okay. Does anyone want to bounce off that, or are we driving?
Manhattan for really annoying people?
Maybe. Did anyone else see this movie?
I did, despite what I said before, I did really want to see this movie because, Christian, I think me and you are kindred spirits in the fact that we like movies that make us fucking, like, want to, be depressed, you know?
Yes,
Oh, you have fun with that.
Yeah, I love a good depress fest movie, and I feel like that I would have liked Melancholia a lot if I watched it.
And I mean, that's the thing with Melancholia, is that it's sorry, I'll just get this last thing out.
Yeah,
that's the thing about Melancholia, is it's a very depressing, sad movie, but at the same time, it makes you think about things that end up being more comforting, like the actual visual representations of mental disorders that you may or may not be experiencing. It ends up bringing you a sense of comfort.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So,
Mick, I interrupted you.
I had a friend in high school, and she and her friend had done a double feature of this film and Another Earth.
Oh
Oh,
dear.
fucking M. Night Shyamalan?
No.
So
So that's After Earth.
Oh, whoops.
Another Earth is a film about it is as a
Another Earth is about to crash into Earth.
yeah, basically. And yeah, that's the one thing. That's the one time. All I remember is she saying, "Man, it was fucking depressing." Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them were depressing as shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Jordan, drive!
I can only guarantee you that the movie I'm about to talk about is only slightly less depressing.
He's
So-
literally
Huge
me
for
for
a
real,
Jordan
for real.
pick.
This is weird for me. I pick up a movie where things don't go well for all involved parties, but aesthetically, this movie is off the charts. Nicholas Winding Refn, who before this had done a bunch of Danish movies and also Bronson with Tom Hardy, which is underrated. He instilled this movie with so much aesthetic insanity and so much stylistic joy that even the intensity of this movie, and there is a lot of it, this is, I think, I would actually say this is the goriest film on, Scream 4 comes, this or Scream 4, but this is an extremely gory film. And there is a lot of beating and a lot of like slicing open and a lot of smishing head. And it's a very intense film, but the beauty of it and the emotion of it and the coolness of it elevate it from being too intense. This is a very cool movie. Ryan Gosling is very cool in this movie. And it is the kind of world, like it's a really cool world where you know, he's this stuntman by day working for Bryan Cranston, and then by night he's a getaway driver for thugs, and he's trying not to get involved with the wrong people, but there are, of course, these bad people played by Albert Brooks playing against type, and Ron Perlman, who somehow managed to get finagled into his web because he's falling in love with the girl from a married woman 2 doors down, played by Carey Mulligan, whose husband, played by Oscar Isaac, is coming home from being in prison, and there's all these layers to that. Ryan Gosling maybe says about 50 words in this movie. He is mostly just a silent, blunt object, but you get so much from him, even if he doesn't really emote or even if he doesn't really express much. There is, Ron Perlman, yes. Ron Perlman, who in this movie plays a Jewish guy who is desperately trying to act Italian and owns an Italian restaurant and is trying to act like a mafioso. It's a fascinating character. But yeah, this movie, the car chases.
One of my favorite things is Ron Perlman said, "I've always wanted to play a Jewish man who wants to be an Italian gangster."
Exactly. Well, that's kind of him in Pacific Rim. He's a Jewish guy who wants to be a
We'll talk
Japanese
about
guy.
that later. We're gonna get to that one.
But yeah, the car chases in Drive are so good. The scenes with Ryan Gosling and Carey Mulligan are so good. There's this sort of cold sexiness this movie has. There's a scene in an elevator that is one of the most sexy yet horrifying things. The climax where everything just starts crumbling for a lot of the characters, and it really, it's a very intense movie, but everything feels warranted. All the bloodshed, all the mess, all the crashed cars, it all feels warranted. And it becomes this sort of almost old school, this 70s feeling sort of action caper where you want Ryan Gosling to get his way, even though he's racing against time, against his own mistakes, against the foibles of those he's come into contact with. And you want love to win out, even though it's almost impossible. I watched this for the first time in college, and even then it was an immediate 5 out of 5. I know this can be a hard sell because it's a little weird, and Vinning Refn gets a little bit existential, as he tends to, and as he would later tend to with his later films. But I just really enjoy this one, and I'm glad I got an opportunity to talk about it here.
And I say, oh no, sorry, Graham, you go first.
This was the first of the 5 movies I watched yesterday.
Oh my God, Graham!
What a way to start,
what
man!
A great bit, Graham, just listing the order of movies he watched.
What a way to start!
And I know. I also want to preface like what I said about like gore and stuff, and like this movie is like an exception to like the gore because the gore is like very short and like very short and brutal. Like Blanche's head getting like blown across, like it's just, like so shocking.
Yeah,
scared the fuck out of me. That shit shocked me.
Or Sharon's wrist getting like slit open, but it's also so stylized that it adds to. And I would look into like director wanted to make basically a fairy tale type story set in LA. I think it really kind of captures that. And also, you know, like he just like me for real, so like, he's
oh my Goslings rise up, man! Come on,
absolutely.
Let's go, boys.
Okay, well, that pause of silence tells me it's time to vote. So, Christian, please.
Yes, I like Drive. Again, that first scene with the head exploding was woke me the fuck up when I saw it. But yeah, this movie
watching that at like 10:30 a.m. like in the car.
Yeah, wow, what a great way to start your day.
That is incredibly cursed.
I'll honestly, I think it's probably for the best that you started with this one, because had you been at the end of it,
yeah,
like if this was like the
movie I had at the end was a sitter, so I don't know.
That's its own.
Oh, so you saved the best for last.
I bookended with Jonah Hill.
I love how intense Drive is, yet somehow I don't think anything in Drive would be as intense as the scene in Melancholia where the planet actually flies overhead in complete with silence of nature, and the main sound that you hear is the humming of the mass of rock hovering over the sky in a deep shade of blue covering the night, which might be one of my favorite scenes on the bracket. It's actually awe-inspiring. I'm not surprised nobody else watched it, but that's fair.
This was the other movie I didn't watch.
I will vote for Melancholia.
All right.
I mean, that scene is cool, but would it have not been better with A Real Hero by College?
Oh
my God!
Every movie needs that song. Okay, yeah, I watched 15 of the 16 for this one. I didn't watch Melancholia. I didn't want to really put myself through that. Sorry.
Whatever. I get it. I do get it.
There are Lars von Trier films that I like, surprisingly, that I shouldn't. like, if you know what the movie The Idiots is, you'll be very shocked to find out that I actually kind of like that one.
I've heard. I would be surprised if you said the Antichrist. That would have surprised me.
Oh no, I'm not going near that one with the 10-foot pole.
That would have surprised me. Yeah.
Willem Dafoe's weirdly large penis.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, not weirdly large. I mean,
Well,
but,
apparently they had to get a double because it was like disturbingly large. Anyway, go on.
yeah. And he doesn't there's another one where his dick gets hit with a log and he goes, "Gah!"
You know what? Honestly, yeah.
My roommate in freshman year told me about that. I've just been
I don't think I'm
picturing
going to be
that all
watching
this
that movie either. Sorry.
No, good. Yeah, no, but and also I love Drive. Drive is amazing. It is such a cool fucking movie, and just rewatching it the other night, I'm like, yeah, this is the right movie to vote for. I'm voting for Drive.
All right. Well, Mick, if you also haven't been disturbed by the learning of the cock double, then you're up next.
This has nothing to do with the cock double. Willem Dafoe's not in this movie.
He's literally me for real.
How do you know that?
And besides, how can I not like it? Nicholas Winding reference. Nicholas, it's Vinding, right? Actually, it's Vinden.
I looked it up on Wikipedia. It's pronounced Vinding Refn.
Okay, Nicholas Vinding Refn is what's going on? How can I not like it? He's in Death Stranding.
Crazy.
He's Heartman.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wait,
You may remember me from such. No, not that Hartman.
Wait, is he just a face model, or was he also voicing Hartman?
Oh, I mean, in Death Stranding, he's the likeness. I believe he's voiced by. I'll get back to you on that one.
Glenn Moore shit.
Blup shitto.
So, what are you voting for, Mick?
Oh, I'm voting for. Sorry, I thought it was obvious when I said he's literally me for real.
Just need it on the recording.
Drive.
Of the asset.
Yeah.
Graham, go ahead.
Yeah, I've got to go with Drive.
All right. Well, Clanky, we know how you feel about driving.
I do. I get so mad every time it happens. I really loved Drive. Drive was a great movie. I think we kind of said it all about it, but I really like that movie. It was so good that as I was watching it, Jeannie, who didn't initially want to watch it with me, like started just sitting down and watching it with me. So that's the sign of a good movie.
Hell yeah! Glad I could make that
Drove our way into our hearts.
This round gonna drive me insane. I'm the Joker, baby.
Yeah. Okay. And then, finally, to end this, 2 movies that I actually watched. My Thespian Lizard is Thirsty, which belongs to Christian, versus...
And Jordan?
Yeah, I also nominated, but Christian gets to really rep it.
Sure, yes. Listen, when I made my notes, I just put one person's name up for each. I didn't think to go for the bonuses. But in your heart, I'm wrong. And that's all that you need to do, is just tell me that I'm wrong.
I am about who put up what. I'm super petty about it.
Yeah, it's okay. I won't hold it against you later. All right. So, the Thespian Lizard is Thirsty, also known as Rango, which belongs to Christian and Jordan, versus some clever name for the Sunset Limited, which belongs to Mick. But Clanky also put it in his honorable mention. See, I'm paying attention. Who wants to go first? Christian said he wants to go first.
Oh, well,
so does Christian want to go
I said I wanted
first?
to boot off with Rango, but that's only when Rango starts. Mick, did you want to go first or second?
No, you can go. You can go with Rango.
All right,
Okay.
then everyone say it with me. 3, 2, 1, go!
So anyone who knows me for any length of period in my life knows that I enjoy animation. I'm an animation fan. And I've always grown up being an animation fan. And there was a mid period in my middle school adolescence where I was very much losing hope on animation, where I stopped watching Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon and stopped really following the Pixar scene. And that's when I really found myself grow attached to this one movie that just so happened to be playing on the big TV I was walking past, called Rango, a 2011 animated movie directed by Gore Verbinski.
Is it from 2011?
Look, it's a formality. Some of you know Gore Verbinski for Pirates of the Caribbean. Some of you know him, are like me, and know him for The Ring. And some weirdos know him for Mouse Hunt.
Unfortunately, people know him for The Lone Ranger.
I don't think there's it. No, there's got to be at least one guy.
Also, side note, this movie has a screenplay written by John Logan, who wrote the screenplay for Hugo, as a little bit of a
nice.
tie-in. Anyway, this movie is an animated movie about a thespian lizard showing up, basically being ripped away from his prior home and walking over to a western town where he takes over the role as a sheriff and decides to try to help the town in his own little unique way and make a name for himself. This movie, I mean, there's a good bit of things about this movie. I'm gonna take it from a face level, same I did with Melancholia first. Face value, this movie is hideous. I mean that as a compliment. It's not often with the oversaturation of Pixar movies around the time. It was very easy to fall into the trend of cuddly, clean, smooth, bulbous eyes kind of animation, really welcoming. This movie, everyone looks like they just got kicked to shit. There's that one chicken with the arrow through its eye.
Struck it by Cupid.
Yes. What was it? Oh, I got conjunctivitis. But every single character looks inbred, but at the same time,
in a good way.
Really. Yeah, it's a it adds to the style so much of the movie, and I love the fact that since this is going for a sort of Western feel, this movie is very heavily a Western. It helps so much that the movie itself is, follows those visual trends. Now, I'm actually going to talk a little bit slower, so Jordan, you're able to pop in while I'm talking. I'm realizing I'm like zooming through.
I'm going to start slower so that Jordan can understand me.
No. I mean that as a dig at myself. No. I mean that as a dig at myself because I was talking a million miles a minute.
Or use your icon to find cuts into Christian's icon.
Okay.
Anyway, the thing about this movie that I like is that this movie has a lot of themes of acting in it. We talked about the thespian lizard, but one thing I love about this movie is that we don't really know anything about Rango. We don't even know his name before showing up to the Western land. We are just in the dark.
You could almost say he might be a man with no name.
Truly and honestly.
Yes.
It's, what is it? We are just in the dark about Rango's origins as the characters whom he deceives with his sheriff persona.
Can I piggyback off that?
Yes!
This is a movie about autistic masking. This is about a guy who completely rearranges his entire identity around fitting in and being around a new group of people. And I see myself. This is my "He's Just Like Me" for real movie.
Just my Ryan Gosling.
I see a eccentric cartoon lizard trying his best to live up to everyone's expectations of him while lying through his teeth all the time, and I'm like, this is just my life.
He's a chameleon. I like the fact that he's a chameleon, so he's constantly trying to blend in.
I love that.
Funny enough, really in the visual sense, he does a terrible job of blending in. He barely changes color the whole movie.
Yeah.
Because chameleons actually, I learned, they don't change color to blend into environments. They change color to for mating purposes or showing their mood.
Is Rango asexual confirmed?
When he tries to camouflage when he's avoiding the bird and it doesn't work, that's actually very accurate to what would happen if a chameleon was actually trying to camouflage in the desert.
Mm-hmm. I will say, and I love that perspective as well about sort of this being about autistic masking, because it's you almost feel that sort of neurodivergence within Rango's character in a way. He is an incredibly endearing protagonist, despite the fact that he definitely has that Johnny Depp injection of cockiness and sort of it is a kids movie, so there's a lot of silly lines that don't always go over as well with an adult audience.
There's a lot of good lines too. There's a lot of really fun lines.
Also, there's a fucking Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas reference.
Funny enough that you mentioned that, I went on the Wikipedia article for this movie a little while back, and they can list references for 12 westerns that they listed off.
No, there's tons of references. I'm almost certain that Priscilla, the cactus mouse, that she's meant to be a reference to what's her name from True Grit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that makes so much fucking sense.
There's tons of references in this movie.
That is
obviously the villain is Ned Beatty doing my second favorite animated villain performance of his. His character is meant to be the villain from Chinatown. And
you're talking about the turtle, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm bad at remembering names. I'd
No,
like
his,
to comment
his
on,
name is Tortoise John. Don't feel bad for not remembering his name.
I'd like to comment on Rattlesnake Jake, who I think has a fucking awesome design and steals the show whenever he's on screen. I'd also like to comment on the best thing about this movie: the liar reveals.
Actually does it well.
Hey guys, put it on your bingo cards. Christian brings up liar revealed trope.
But here's the twist: it's the best part of the movie, because the problem with the liar revealed is that the liar is what happens after the liar is revealed. I always like to use Shrek as an example because it's the worst part of Shrek, where they do the very slow, mopey-dopey flashback where Shrek and Fiona cry into the tables for like 10 minutes. It sucks. But in this movie, not only do they skip over those aspects of this movie, but it leads to the best scene in, like, many animated movies where Rango essentially meets this person acting as Clint Eastwood in all 5 of his Oscars.
Yes.
I choose to believe that was actually Clint Eastwood who wandered out in the desert and started having a conversation with the chameleon.
Clint Eastwood is God in this universe.
It is incredible. This movie. Oh yes.
I just want to bring back Rattlesnake Jake because going into this movie, the one thing I knew was that all of my friends, I like to talk about how much I love Rattlesnake Jake's, like so much, like that they would compare him to like other villains that have come out recently, and like, oh, like he's almost as good or just as good as Rattlesnake Jake. I was like, it's weird because it's like halfway through the movie and like we haven't seen like Rattlesnake Jake, and then he shows up, he shoots the sheriff's sign down that he just said, as long as that sign is up, there's still hope, and in just a monologue eviscerates Rango so much, that he doesn't brother.
This bitch undid an entire movie's worth of character development.
Yes, because he didn't believe it himself because he was trying to shift.
He reminds me kind of of the wolf from Puss in Boots in a weird way.
A lot, yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. It's funny to mention that because I remember like a friend who was like, "Oh, you had to see this. The wolf in Puss in Boots is almost as good as Rattlesnake Jake."
I did not know there was such a cult following around Rattlesnake Jake. That makes me happy.
And I'm surprised we went this long without mentioning that Isla Fisher plays a character named Beans.
Oh, Beans.
Yeah.
I mean, just like what a character. Imagine just like completely zoning out for like a solid couple minutes every day.
Who would do?
What hell on earth that must be?
Did they ever explain that?
No,
I think it's her lizard like fight or flight or a lot of creatures will have like freeze instincts. So I think it's like whenever she gets like worked up. And the last thing I just want to say on this movie is I love the crossing of the highway scene. Because I think it really is, because up to this point it's just like the final Rango has really just kind of been super lucky, even things he's not trying to do. So of course he just passes through, like his final trial is him basically resigning himself to death, but somehow it working anyway. And then of course coming across Clint Eastwood, who just starts babbling, and then he comes back.
Clint Eastwood going, and then he shows up again.
Incidentally, I have to say this film is right up there with Gravity Falls in terms of criminally underutilizing Alfred Molina.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Can I steer us to Sunset Limited?
Yep.
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah. The Sunset Limited is a made-for-TV movie. No, wait, please don't go.
I'll see you later.
The Sunset Limited is a made-for-TV movie by HBO, and it's an adaptation of a play by the author Cormac McCarthy.
Wait, no, don't leave. No.
What are you talking about?
I know, he's great.
Yeah,
I'll probably be putting up one of his adaptations on
Your diary. No one stayed for my Sunset Limited pitch.
Now Mick has the diary. We're just passing it around. It's communal. Anyway, sorry.
It's the Death Note.
The the premise of the movie is that there are two characters who in the play are referred to as white and black. And in this film, black is played by Samuel L. Jackson and white is played by Tommy Lee Jones. Black saves white from throwing himself in front of a train, the name of that train being the Sunset Limited, and Black takes him back to his apartment where he tries to convince him to keep living and not commit suicide. The entire film takes place within the incredibly cramped and sparse quarters of Black's apartment, and it is just the two of them talking. If for nothing else, this film is a great opportunity to just watch two actors at the peak of their careers, just acting their fucking hearts out. Because again, there is nothing in this film other than you're literally watching just two people talking. There are occasional interactions between props, but like they are minor things. There's no action. It's literally just talking. This is just watching two people have a very, very serious conversation. It is just two people with totally opposite viewpoints, trying to convince not so much white trying to convince black, but so much as white just defending himself, and also trying to get him to not leave the apartment just in time till the train is no longer running, that white can no longer kill himself. Samuel L. Jackson and Tommy Lee Jones are absolutely perfect in this.
Absolutely.
I'd say I think Samuel L. Jackson does better a job, but that's only slightly edging Tommy Lee Jones out. I would say it is one of my favorite films ever, like period, not in 2011, just like period. It's one of my favorite films.
Can I mention something?
Yeah, sure.
Does anyone care about spoilers for this movie?
No, I've seen it.
I actually watched this one.
If it's okay for me to say, the ending, because I just realized something while you were talking, Mick. The main goal of Samuel Jackson's character was to keep Tommy Lee Jones there before he could get out of the apartment and jump in front of the train. At the end of this movie, it zooms in on Samuel L. Jackson's face and then into the window out in the background when the sun is coming up. I didn't realize, was the purpose of that ending to show that Samuel L. Jackson held him back for a long enough time to have saved his life?
He has at least stalled the suicide attempt for another 24 hours.
And he has given him that gift of a new day, which is very profound, actually, now thinking
It's
about
a
it.
great ending.
Yeah. I know we kind of have to move along, but I do agree that this movie is just fascinating. I think when a movie is able to keep you interested in just two people in a room talking, I think that really says a lot. And this movie does that like crazy. Yeah. I really like the debate that they have here. It feels very it feels real, you know, and I think that's impressive.
Yeah, I mean it's Cormac McCarthy. It's good.
Yeah.
I think I like about the ending is you can almost see it as I don't want to like go like, oh, like this is like purgatory or something, but you could kind of see it as you can feel bad with Samuel L. Jackson's character because the idea of this man, this probably is not the first time he's done something like this. It's probably not even the first time he's failed something like this. And like you can kind of see the toll that it takes on him. That he probably didn't work. Like it's probably like he didn't have like a meaningful impact on Tommy Lee Jones' character's life. Yet you get the sense he's going to try help other people at the very least, and he's not like losing faith in himself or any of that. I think that was one of my favorite aspects of this because so Mick, you have activated a secret trap card in that one of my favorite genres of film is just two people in an enclosed like two or more.
That's how he got me to watch the movie.
Yeah.
There's another movie that comes out in 2007 as like of the similar like format that I can't wait for us to get to.
Okay.
But
I have a movie from the 50s that I can't wait for us to get to.
Yeah. We'll get to it when I'm 50.
All right. I'm gonna take us to the vote, if that's all right.
No, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Okay. Then please, Christian, do your thing.
I have a huge amount of adoration and respect for The Sunset Limited. Rango is the movie that we're in this era where I am slowly starting to wean myself back, not even into just animation, but into becoming the cinephile that I am today. It was around this era that I started to slowly wean into that mindset, and Rango was a very, very key piece of the puzzle for something like that, and I grew such a huge appreciation for this that it ended up in my list of top movies. It is definitely my favorite thing on this bracket. I will understand if it loses here, and I will hold no ill will, but I am voting for Rango.
Okay. Jordan, you are next.
Well, both of these movies kind of veer into existentialism in a way, but I get the sense that one of them is more of a Jordan movie than the other. I mean, I do enjoy The Sunset Limited. I think it's a fantastic film. It's a great showcase for acting, of what can be done with like a small set with just, minimal direction. I'm glad I watched it. I am giving it to Rango ultimately because it's more of a Jordan movie.
Okay. Mick.
Yeah, so I'm voting for The Sunset Limited, and I have to say, I did enjoy Rango. However, I think I fell into the trap of it being overhyped for me.
Okay.
Same. I had the same problem. Yeah.
I was expecting something life-changing, and I just thought that was solid.
Yep.
It was life-changing to two autistic people here.
No, I know that.
So right.
Okay. Well, Graham, it seems like your vote is going to really determine what happens here. Just a theory.
Yeah.
So, Rango was a movie that had been hyped up for me as well, but I feel like it did kind of live up to the hype of it.
There you go.
But
No.
Three things
I
you didn't
knew
want to hear.
absolutely nothing about The Sunset Limited. I didn't even know who was in it. I didn't know it was based on anything. I just knew the name, The Sunset Limited, and going into it, no expectations. Once I realized what kind of genre of film this was, I was like, "Oh, I'm so on board." So in that regard, I must give my vote to The Sunset Limited.
Wow.
And
It's
the
so
lizard
Rango-verse.
dies of dehydration. Clanky,
Not dead yet.
please do your thing.
Well, here's what I'm going to say. Rango is an it surprised me because even though I don't think it did live up to the hype as much as I would have liked, I got it. You know what I mean? I watched this movie and I was like, okay, I understand why people love this movie. I totally see it. And I ended up really liking it a lot more than I thought. And with The Sunset Limited, I was like, okay, this is a movie directed by Tommy Lee Jones, starring Tommy Lee Jones and one other person. How up his own ass is he going to be watching this? So, and then I ended up watching it and going no, actually, maybe he was cooking. Maybe he kind of earns this. So
actually, Samuel L. Jackson's character is the one that is cooking.
Actually, Cecil is cooking in this movie.
True.
And
no one talks.
Yes.
There's three people in this movie.
Yeah, no one talks about Cecil as much.
All that being said, I have to give it to the movie that I ended up liking more. And that is The Sunset Limited.
Wow.
And he died of dehydration a second time. He's so thirsty.
He's not dead.
I am going to kill myself.
Well, hold off on that because first we need to attack
I will lock
the
you in my
plot.
apartment, Christian. All right, and I will talk to you about God for 5 hours until you can't.
Go. He's going to. That's absolutely something he'll do.
I didn't realize how perfect.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Christian.
If anyone was going to lock Christian up in a room and talk about God for 5 hours, well, it wouldn't be Graham.
Cecil, get in here.
All right, losers. How much fun?
Me saying, our God is an awesome God for 5 hours straight.
All right.
I am the loser. This is my
awful
round.
God or awesome God?
Our God is an awesome God, we pray.
It sounded like you said our God is an awful God. That wouldn't have gone well at camp.
All right. We also would have gone well at the Catholic school.
I'm going to say round 9 now, and then I'm going to say
sorry.
attack the block, and then I'm going to say the sitter, and then I'm going to just go ba 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 ba.
Well, hold on a second.
Prove me wrong,
We
Jordan.
don't know that.
He's got a point there.
Ba ba
I'm
ba
voting for
ba
attack the block.
ba 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 ba.
I like the center, but not enough to give it the win over attack the block. I'm sorry, man.
Okay, that's one ba ba. Mick, can I get a ba ba ba?
I'm giving it to attack the block.
Graham, can I get a ba ba?
I'm giving to Star Wars Attack of the Block.
All right,
Oh.
Clanky, come on, we're in the end game.
Oh, it's attack the block.
All right, Christian, can I ba 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 ba?
Attack the blockchain to the moon,
All
baby.
right, now sing it all together with me, everyone. Ba 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 ba. I swear I have good taste in movies. That's not why I'm the host. I just really like this movie.
We'll confirm that next year, I think.
Maybe it depends. I don't know. I thought I was going to be a part of it. Now I'm not so sure. So, and you can cut that out if that's too much of a spoiler. We will go to
Spoiler.
round. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Do you know how many people hinge on whether or not Taylor and Mick participate in rounds? Do you know how many?
Spoil the yearlies? I don't
watch the
know
show
wins.
myself, so.
Do you know how much fan mail Mick gets alone?
Dear Mick, you look so
Mick,
treated.
tell him about your fan mail. He's counting the fan mail. That's why he's not participating in this bit.
Sorry,
Fair.
what?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mick. Thanks, pal. All right. And with a great friendship reignited, we're gonna go into round 10. Muppets: A Game of Shadows versus Sherlock Holmes. No,
The Muppets: A Game of Shadows.
the Muppets: A Game of Shadows. I did it twice. The Muppets
No.
versus Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows. Sherlock Holmes has a good musical track. That has nothing to do with anything. Jordan, please vote.
The Muppets: A Game of Shadows would be really good, actually.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
Would Fozzie be Watson?
Sherlock.
No, Fozzie would be Moriarty, wouldn't he?
I feel like Gonzo would be Moriarty.
Miss Piggy is Irene Adler.
Oh,
That makes
please.
sense.
Absolutely. All right. I've seen both these movies a ton. I'm going to give it to the Muppets because I think it's overall a better product and has more parts that didn't piss me off this watch.
Okay, Mick,
Come back to me.
Graham,
Sherlock Holmes.
Clanky.
To your points before, I think that the best Moriarty would be Statler and Waldorf together. I'm voting for that.
Yes!
Brilliant.
What the hell? That's so good.
And
Disney.
Christian.
Yeah, as much as I want to suspend my disbelief on, because I did really like the Muppet movie more than the
Fucking
Muppets.
god damn it.
But no. Here's the thing. I want to suspend that disbelief and give it to Game of Shadows, but god damn it, there's something so undeniably charming about the Muppets. That is, I didn't even grow up with the Muppets. I didn't even grow up with the Muppets.
The
at all.
Muppets.
The
The
Muppets.
Muppets.
I didn't grow up with the Muppets. The Muppets.
I don't think either did anyone else here.
Nobody
I grew
else
up with
here
the
grew up with the
Mummers.
Muppets. Not a single. I'm voting for the Muppets.
All right,
Yes.
Mick, back to you.
Is it tied?
I
It's
have
3 to
no
1
idea.
Muppets.
No, I think the Muppets won.
Okay, then I'll give it to Sherlock Holmes: Game of Shadows.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's see if I can get through this one in one take. Super versus Scream 4. That is Super versus
5.
Scream 4.
Scream.
That was a Baker scream.
Okay.
Real.
Bravo.
Oh, that's a clanky cackle right there.
That was good. That was funny.
All right.
Me right.
Okay. Now we're all laughed and rejuvenated. Jordan.
Yeah. Scream 4 made me glad that I got to watch all these movies for this list. Like, I'd been meaning to watch the Scream movies for years. It was one of my blind spots, and I'm glad I did. And I'm glad that there are sequels that are also good. And Scream 4, in my opinion, is the best Scream sequel. I need to see the Radio Silence ones. I'm pretty sure I'll like those more than you did. But no, I'm giving it Scream 4.
Okay. Mick.
This is the most I don't really feel like I have a horse in the race round, but I'm gonna give it to Super because I'm not a slasher guy.
But you like James Gunn, I know that.
Yeah.
I think I asked this earlier, right after Mick voted. But Graham, are you a slasher guy?
Well, this will tell you because I'm voting for Scream 4.
Oh.
Yes.
Come for the
I
scream,
can't tell if
stay
he's
for the
actually a
4.
slasher guy or if he's just a 4 guy.
He doesn't like it for the movie. He likes it because it's the 4th one.
Graham is for the people, you know?
Come for
Yeah.
the 4,
I think-
stay for the scream.
I think it's also like I think Scream might be like the only slasher franchises I've like really watched. So I don't know.
Yeah, because they subvert stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Clanky.
It's Scream 4.
Okay. And Christian?
It's a bit too late to give. It's a bit too late at night to give my real vote, so I'm just gonna vote for Scream 4 regularly.
What?
He wants to scream.
4 times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. That's okay. That's just
yeah, exactly.
It's
Let's
fucking
count
count over here. Yeah.
Same brain.
Same brain.
I'm very
Okay.
good at duels.
round 12. We have Jordan's favorite movie, Melancholia and the Infinite Sadness,
Clearly, everyone's favorite movie.
Melancholia and the Infinite Sadness.
versus Rango. Jordan,
you guys liked
you
it
may
so
start.
much that you didn't watch it. No, I'm sorry.
Maybe
I will never
someday.
judge someone for not.
Maybe
watching a
someday
movie.
I'll watch Melancholia if I really
Nah,
get
no,
In
another
the
one.
about it.
meantime,
But as it stands now, I'm giving it to a movie I really enjoyed, which was Rango.
okay, Mick.
So I just want to say, I might have given the impression before that I didn't like Ranko. That's not true. I still think it was pretty good, but I was expecting, again, something life-changing, and it was just really, really good.
I gotta ask, who's the one who set your expectations that this was
Me
a
and
life-changing
Christian.
movie?
Yeah, it may have been us. Admittedly.
Okay. I was
There's-
like, is this the meta? Like, did I miss something? I
There's
just
also
remember
just-
seeing the commercials as a kid, and I'm like,
I just also remember hearing and seeing like video essays about the film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
film is an underrated masterpiece. This is like the best animated film that's ever been made. Rattlesnake Jake's
Yeah.
monologue is like the Citizen Kane for our age. You know,
Okay,
like
maybe I wouldn't go that.
Did they also
far, but,
talk about
like,
how great Chrono Trigger is?
yeah, no, like look, my point being is that like my expectations were set too fucking high. But I still really liked Rango. I think it's a superb animated movie. And I'm voting for Rango.
I gotta ask Mick, that video essay title, was that a Shea Frillis video?
I don't know. So that's the thing. I actually don't know. I just remember I constantly see Rango video essays in my fucking. I remember constantly seeing Rango video essays in my fucking feed.
Cross that off the list.
When it came out and everything, like it was what, like, I feel like every animation YouTuber was like talking about that movie and talking
Yeah,
about how good it was.
probably one of the reasons why I ended up attaching to it, because even though I
Because
ended
other
up
people
seeing
told
it
me it was
detached,
good.
Yeah.
well, even though I ended up seeing it for the first time detached from everything else, I probably ended up watching those essays afterwards.
Okay. Graham,
I'm going for Rango.
Clanky,
I'm voting for Rango.
Christian.
The only good thing about having all of your movies, and this is the thing about the film leads, the only good thing about having all your movies go out and lose this round one is that since I saw every other movie on this bracket, it's not like I'm out of the race.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, Melancholia. We'll get him next time. I'm voting for Rango.
Let's hydrate that lizard. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Man, the energy. I can cut
Jordan,
the energy with a knife.
Put like a really poorly animated like JPEG of Rango like swirling around in the waves.
That's
Will
actually
do.
a good idea.
Back to the cool side of this bracket. We got Moneyball versus Immortals. Mick, you're number 1. Go.
I'm gonna be the only one voting for Immortals. Don't make me a liar. Moneyball is like miles better than Immortals is. So
It is.
don't like. I know.
Graham, make Mick a liar.
No,
Okay.
I'm voting for Moneyball.
That was a say no to improv, Clanky.
Yeah, it's definitely Moneyball.
Okay, Christian.
That was it. Probably it was you telling me to do something.
Yeah, improv.
Yeah. With much respect to Hermes' hat, I'm gonna vote for Moneyball.
Jordan, edit yourself from voting into Immortals.
Now I will say, because as a rare bisexual correspondent of the Yearlies, I do want to point out that Immortals does have a lot of shots of Henry Cavill where he looks very good, but does he get on base? I'm voting for Moneyball.
I feel like Henry Cavill would get on base in a baseball game.
You don't know that.
He'd get to home plate in my book. I'll tell you that.
Hey, yo.
Hey,
So
oh.
Mick gets to keep his integrity this round. Round 14, Mission Impossible Go versus Hugo.
Oh,
Ghost Protocol. Mick,
God, I hate this round.
Hugo's Protocol.
okay. Which one is that for?
Hugo's Protocol.
Okay, I'm going to just assume that's for Hugo. Graham,
I voted for Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
Clanky.
I really did love Mission Impossible, but I'm giving it to Hugo.
Christian.
I am going to vote for Hugo.
Okay. Jordan.
Oh, good. It already won. That's great. I was going to vote for Hugo, but I don't need to, so I'm not going to. I feel bad because I love both these movies. I'm going to give my vote to Ghost Protocol, but I'm really happy that Hugo won that one.
Hooray.
But I feel, this is a win-win for me, but I love both these movies.
Jordan, your movies, even just in this year, you're like the past 2 years, your movies do exceptionally well, I've noticed.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
No, don't feel bad. They're good movies.
He's the one putting on good movies. I'm putting shit on like Immortals, all right? That's why he's winning.
Hey, Mick, the sitter got 5-0'd.
That's fair. But so did Melancholia, all right? It's in good company.
Mick, you couldn't even get through the track.
Oh, man.
The Adventures of Tintin versus X-Men First Class. Jordan, not Jordan. Jordan, you're last.
Not me.
Last, Jordan. Mick is first. Stop trying to steal Mick's thunder. Mick.
I'm voting for the Adventures of
Diary. Taylor flew off the handle at me today.
I am voting for the Adventures of Tintin, The Secret of the Unicorn.
Oh, there should have been 4 more.
Graham.
I voted for X-Men First Class.
Clanky.
It's going to Tintin.
Christian.
Tin.
Jordan.
This has been great because both of these have been really tough, and you guys are making it easier by giving it to the one I would have given it to anyway. I love both of these. I know.
You're supposed
I love
to go
these.
Tintin.
I'm going to vote for First Class because I've seen it more times, but I'm very glad that Tintin won this one because I love that one as well, and I love so many of these. This is we do well. We do really well.
Yeah.
Okay.
In some
And
ways.
the winner is Deviled Eggs. Round 16. Drive! The Sunset Limited.
The cars versus public transport. Sorry.
I am voting for the Sunset Limited with much love and respect to He's Literally Me for real.
Yeah.
Graham.
I am going to vote for. I think at the end of the day, I have to give it the Drive.
Okay.
Icknalk, but backwards.
This is really tough. Can you come back to me?
Of course, pal. Christian.
I think I'm going to give it to the Sunset Limited.
Jordan.
Well, at the very least, it doesn't need to be me doing the difficult decision this time. I'm sorry, Clanky. I'm voting for Drive and tying it up for you.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to have a turn, Clanky.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, I really do love both of these movies quite a bit.
Yeah.
I have to give it to the movie that I think appeals to my interests and sensibilities more. And that's The Sunset Limited.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's getting tough around here.
Okay.
Here's the worst part. Losers isn't looking much easier.
Well, except for this next round. Except
Yeah.
for this, I hope this next one.
Well, that's why you should have kept the sitter around. Easy vote. All right, Immortals versus Rango. Speaking of easy votes,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, except for this one.
Graham,
I'm going for Rango.
But he
Clanky.
thought about it.
Rango.
I had to remind myself where we were on the list because I looked away.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I do kind of like Mortals. I'll give you that, Nick.
Christian, any plot twists?
This needs to Rango further. It's my favorite thing here.
Jordan, any plot
Well,
discs?
one of these movies has a quartet of mariachi owls or birds that are all-knowing and all-seeing and tell the tale of the story. And even if the rest of the movie sucked, I still would have given it to Rango for that.
And in every song, they keep
And he's
wishing that
going to-
Rango dies.
No, he's saying
It's like, he's not dead yet.
he's saying he's going to die. He's like,
It's you too, he's just-
eventually.
65% of deaths are household accidents.
Now, Mick, you could vote for Immortals, or you could do a Hawaii 5-0 and continue to give the lizard some water.
Listen, you know what? If Graham is brave enough to say a subpar Henry Cavill movie is his favorite movie of all time, I'm willing to do the same thing. Well, maybe not my favorite movie of all time, but I'm gonna stick by it, even though it's gonna lose.
Yes.
I'm voting for Immortals.
All right, that is a
What a-
Graham roast for a later
So,
Yearlies film.
Damn.
How could you do that to Graham, Mick?
I'm sorry.
No, you sounded too genuine. Now I feel bad.
I genuinely am apologetic
You're
about.
tired.
I genuinely am apologetic of roasting Graham's favorite movie, which I know he has an emotional attachment to, in order to support a movie which it turns out he also has an emotional attachment to, just in the other direction. So I feel really awful right now.
I want you to remember that next Yearlies. All right, I'm going to hold you to that exact statement.
Okay.
Round 18. That is a 1 with an 8 next to it, in case you were curious. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol versus Scream 4. Graham.
All the fours. Oh, which one's he going to vote for? He loves fours.
From that dynamic, he can't lose.
Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
He took away
Your
Spain
one moment.
Oh,
Clanky.
it's Scream 4.
Christian.
I know the way the wind is blowing, and I could honestly vote for either of these, but I am gonna vote for Scream 4 because, again, I know where this is going, so I'm not really going to hesitate.
Yeah.
I think there is a chance I like Ghost Protocol more, but I love these both quite a bit, and it sucks to see the horror movie go so early again.
Jordan.
Why did it have to be against this? I binged all these movies. I was like, okay, I'm gonna vouch for the Scream movies. I'm gonna do what I can, and it keeps going against things I just have more of an attachment with, and I'm sorry. I wanted to do good, but I am gonna vote for Ghost Protocol. But I have a newfound appreciation for the Scream movies, which I will take for the rest of my life.
All right, Nick, bring us home.
I'm voting for Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
Okay.
Oh God, this one.
No, I don't want to look at that round.
Well, then I'll just read it to you. X-Men First Class versus The Muppets. Graham.
Can I just say I love that for this film release, now that everyone can mostly watch all these movies, a lot of the rounds are a lot harder than a lot of some video game rounds.
Yeah.
Because it's not just I played this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not hard for me.
I gotta go with X-Men.
Clanky.
This one's a lot easier for me. I'm voting for the Muppets.
Christian.
I am going to need you to come back to me again.
Okay. Jordan.
Okay. As this is potentially the end of the line for the Muppets, I do want to.
The Muppets.
I know. It's late. My tongue is
that another band Fozzie tried to join?
Yeah, that was I never remember if Nirvana was in that one. Mark earlier sent me his thoughts on the Muppets 2011, and I want to read them out now. Just because he's a bigger Muppets fan than me, and I think I wanted to make sure he got his 2 cents in. Muppets 2011 was the one and only time Disney put actual focus into the Muppets. True, while it didn't get focused to the Muppet performers on the writing and the production of the movie, it helped provide a reminder to the general public, because, diehard Muppet fans didn't need to be reminded, that the Muppets is an IP that has relevance. And off of that, I just want to say I wish Disney would remember that nowadays, because they're literally leaving the franchise out to die and tearing it out of their park. The Muppets is a great movie. I think there's 1 or 2 Muppet movies I like more. X-Men First Class is a great movie. I think I like it more than the Muppets. I'm voting for it.
You might say it's a first-class movie.
It is.
Mick.
I am going to give it to X-Men First Class.
Yeah.
And which was not to say I didn't like the Muppets. The Muppets did a lot of things that I enjoyed it. I genuinely enjoyed it. But there were enough weirdnesses with the Muppets movie. But not the Muppets movie, but the Muppets, the movie called The Muppets.
Yeah.
That I'm like, this is what we're doing? So, mainly that ending. The ending was just bizarre to me. And it really made the entire rest of the experience just all weird. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. The beginning of Muppets Most Wanted has that exact same energy.
Oh, okay.
Coming back to Christian.
Is it 2-2 or 3-1?
It's 3-1 X-Men First Class.
I will vote for the Muppets.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I never do well during these.
Look at same
sorry.
here. In fact,
Yeah, no, yeah, like
I'm sorry.
we all need a turn, right? But like it's
I mean,
Yeah.
I think if you had like kept your camera on like during the whole vote with your Muppet Sona,
Oh,
that
his
would
arm
have
would
been
have gotten so
You
tired.
mean him? His actual live body?
Yeah, Clanky,
Yeah,
you need to
thanks.
stare directly into the camera.
Oh, no.
Bram, how could you say that to me?
Hold on, I was looking.
Can I just say, Clanky? This is like a fucking Baldi's Basics type thing where you're so happy and cheerful, and then the second someone says the wrong thing, you fucking scowl and get right up front and go red.
Never compare me to Baldi's Basics again.
You have to do the thing where
I'm
it gets
putting
really
dramatic
close.
music under this in the edit, man.
You have to do the thing where it gets
Okay.
really close to the anime character's face and their eyes are bulging out in different directions because it gets so close to them. Like, how close can you get to the camera?
About
That's what
this
it
close
means.
before.
Clanky, if someone wanted to dress like you're dressed right now, where might one find such accoutrement?
Amazon.
Oh,
Well, that answers that, huh?
Yeah, Clanky's VTuber model is crazy.
Thank you. All right, my arm fucking hurts. I'm going away.
Yeah, typically I do sit with propping myself up with one arm too. I can
That's how I
understand the
feel when I
feeling.
move my whole body.
Yeah.
All right. Round 20. Drive!
Not now, I'm doing a Yearlies.
Versus Attack the Block.
I'll do
It
that
is-
during Yearlies.
Still Graham's vote. Not that it's still Graham's vote, but he's still first. Some may argue that he never voted at all.
All right, Graham, go.
okay.
This is
Want me
actually
to
a
come
little
back to
surprising
you?
to me.
Yeah, actually, yes, come back to me.
Clanky.
I'm actually pleasantly surprised about this.
There's an alternate universe where the bit I did for this Yearlies is me in my car driving the entire time. I'm voting for. I'm voting for
Clanky,
drive.
you don't like how that bit ends. Trust me.
You should have
You
combined
would
the
never
two
get to
bits.
guess Redline.
True. Oh no. Yeah, I'm voting for drive.
Christian.
Are you telling me Attack the Block has a chance?
I don't know.
I'm voting
Let's
for
find out.
Drive.
Watch Naruto.
So you're voting for Attack the Block?
I
I'm
am,
voting
yes.
for Drive. Oh, sorry, I thought you meant me. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Jordan was writing his diary, but go ahead, Jordan.
I'm voting for Drive.
Your diary today, I voted for Drive.
I love
Dear
this
diary,
bit so
today I drove.
I love this bit so much. This is the greatest.
Mick.
Is literally me for real, for real.
No,
I'm sorry, Christian.
no.
Is that a drive quote?
Drive,
Yeah.
yes. How many times do I have to do this bit before you get it?
Yeah.
Dear diary, Taylor didn't get what I was doing. This just like me for real, man.
You have to drive it into your head.
Graham, back to you.
All right.
I think it's posterity.
Yeah, 3-1.
I'm going to give it to Attack the Block, because not just for Office area, but I think I love what this film is trying to do. Where Joe Cornish had seen a lot of films displaying, young London youth as like villains or as disposables. So he was like, no, I'm going to make a film where they're the heroes, and he actually he would go around to like neighborhoods like this and ask like the youth like, oh, like if there was like alien attacking, what would you use to like fight them off? And that's where a lot of like the weapons and stuff in this film came from.
Yes, it's one of my favorite details about this. Also, honestly, out of everyone here, Graham, I'm really happy you did watch Attack the Block. For some reason, I felt like you would really enjoy it.
Your opinion was the only one that mattered to me. Those other three, they're dead to me.
My words are being twisted live on camera by
Dear
a charlatan.
diary, my words were twisted live on camera.
By a charlatan.
By a charlatan, no less. And then he went on to say, round 21, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol versus Rango. And then the voting order went back to the first one, and it was Clanky again.
I'm voting for Rango.
He voted for Rango. And then Christian went.
Jordan, are we voting for Rango? Well, I'm voting for Rango. How about you?
The monolith.
Don't you do this to me. Don't you do this to me, Jordan. Don't you do it. Don't you
I think you're going to need to come back to me, Chief.
Well, fine. I guess if you want to burden Mick with that responsibility, Mick Jordan has asked me to come. You know what? I really am unnecessarily targeting Jordan. I'm not even thinking about it. Mick, go ahead.
Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
I mean, he's a tall target.
That was Mission Impossible, Mick?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Graham.
Christian Charlie camera.
No.
Because I'm turning my character. I'm not. I'm about to do. Fuck. Come back, Jordan. Go. I can't be the one. I can't be the one.
It's okay. It's okay.
not
I don't
gonna be the one
actually
either.
care
I'm going for
that
Rango.
much.
Because I went into this really thinking like Rango's probably could be the one to win.
I gotta
It
tell
literally
you,
did, and y'all talked over it. Because I voted for Rango. You don't have to be the one.
Oh, I thought you said. I could have sworn you said come back to me. Okay.
I did, and then you said Jordan vote, and I voted for Rango.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It's 11:53 at night.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm voting for Mission Impossible.
I hate to see it go, but
Love to watch
Rango's
it.
just the better movie.
I gotta tell you, I've never seen Graham this worried about what wins.
It's not that I'm worried. I'm just like invested in pretty much all the main movies on this bracket.
When you've seen all 16 things, it changes a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of them in the past week.
Yeah, in the past 5 days. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Round 22. To quote a great man, why will people on Long Island learn how to drive? Versus X-Men First Class.
That is a great man.
Who could that possibly be?
It's Clanky. Who's
Is it
voting?
a man or a Muppet?
I'm voting for Drive.
Oh wow.
Christian.
Wow.
Weirdly enough, this is the first time I'm voting for Drive.
Jordan?
I never thought that it would. I'm really voting for I'm voting against two of my favorite franchises and voting two of them off of the. I'm voting for Drive. Oh, I'm so sorry, X-Men movies. I know I love this one, but Drive is the better movie. Oh.
Okay. Mick?
X-Men First Class.
Graham?
Oh, for posterity, give X-Men First Class. I agree that Drive is the.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. Back with our buddies, the winners. We got Moneyball versus Hugo.
I
Hugo.
love that.
Clanky.
another fucking tough one.
Clanky.
I think I'm gonna give it to Hugo.
Mm.
Christian.
I am never Hugoing to get off this train. I'm voting for Hugo.
Jordan.
Moneyball can go on a streak, but it doesn't matter if it doesn't win the last match. I'm voting for Hugo.
Mick.
Moneyball.
Graham.
Moneyball.
These 3 votes have gone the exact same way, pretty much, with just the same 3-person votes.
To be fair, had
Just
someone else
winning.
voted for Moneyball, I probably would have voted for Hugo, so it would win. But Moneyball
Yeah, okay.
doesn't deserve to get 4-1, let alone 5-0. So
It doesn't.
It did get on base.
Wait,
It did get on base.
but Hugo. Wait, so Hugo was supposed to win, right?
oh yeah, Hugo was going to
Yeah,
win no matter what. If
Okay.
if someone else had voted for Moneyball, I would have voted for Hugo.
Okay, I'm sorry. The way you just described that made me think we made an error somewhere. But okay.
No.
All right. Adventures of Tintin versus Sunset Limited. I don't know why I did it like that. Clanky.
With a heavy heart, the Sunset Limited.
Christian.
I am gonna give this one to the Sunset Limited.
Jordan.
For the first time in this 4 round, I'm not voting with Christian and Clanky. I just thought the Adventures of Tintin was super cool, and I wish there was like 5 more like him. Peter Jackson should have made his sequel, but instead he had to make all these documentaries. I'm voting for the Adventures of Tintin. I loved it.
I think the
Good
Hobbit
buddy Mick.
killed the director in him.
Yeah,
I-
I had that.
I feel awful about doing this, but I'm voting for the Sunset Limited.
What was your number 1, right? All right, you don't like
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
In this case, actually, they were in order.
Okay.
And so yeah, I'm gonna vote the Sunset Limited.
Still in
It's
losers.
a better movie, probably.
Yeah. Even if I would rather watch Adventures of Tintin, but that's only because
Look,
Sunset Limited is heavy.
yeah, I'd rather watch Kiki's Delivery
Absolutely.
Service than Grave of the Fireflies, but Grave of the Fireflies
Same.
is my
you
favorite
know what this
Ghibli
party
movie.
needs? Some
Yeah,
Grave of the
100%.
Fireflies.
Graham.
I'm going for Adventures of Tintin.
Hell yeah.
Let me just trace the path back down to losers round 4. Moneyball is here, and I got my driver's license. I'm just kidding, because I don't know how to drive! Christian.
I only barely know how to drive. Oh Jesus. Yeah, I think I would still give this one to drive.
Okay. What about you, Jordan?
What's really funny about this matchup is that I honestly think both movies have an equal amount of driving, because there's like 20 sequences where Billy Bean is doing crazy 8s in the parking lot of the stadium.
You're so right.
So
for that.
honestly, this is tougher than you might imagine. I think it's weird because I've seen Moneyball more times, but I'm gonna give it to Drive because I think it's the better movie, and it's a better summation of everything it's trying to do. But I love both of these. I love Moneyball as well. So yeah,
Okay. Mick.
Moneyball.
Graham.
Drive.
And Clanky.
Drive.
Wow. Ooh-wee.
Mama.
Everyone get locked the fuck in.
Okay. Round 26. The Adventures of Tintin versus the thespian lizard who is really thirsty. There are other jokes that I could make about this movie, but that seems to be the one that I'm tuned into tonight.
No, it's a good joke.
You know, sometimes you just find the one, you know?
Thespians. That's illegal in 6 states.
I love that line so much.
Fucking got him.
I feel like I have not been this invested in a bracket in a while, in terms of like caring this much about a particular outcome. It really flashes me back to those early yearlies.
Yeah.
where I was like losing my mind if
Back when I
fucking
cared.
Isaac lost in fucking round 4. I get it.
Back when he pretended that Mario Galaxy 2 wasn't that good.
Pooper
Look.
Mario Galaxy.
You can't handle the truth. I'm voting for Rango.
Okay. Jordan?
Putting these two against each other really isn't fair.
It hurts.
Because these are like some of the most visually stunning animated movies of an entire decade.
And they're both
like,
genre throwbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Pulp Adventure and Western. Rest in peace.
Yeah, and it's funny because they're both like I'm not a fan of most Westerns. I'm not a fan of most pulp novels.
Yeah.
But like I love both of these. So I'm gonna give it to Rango, but I love that I finally got to watch Tintin and I loved it as much as I did. Like these are all so tough, but I
maybe should have watched Tintin. I know that I wasn't participating, so
Taylor,
I didn't
you
feel an
really
obligation
enjoyed
to watch
Tintin.
everything. I only
You
have
would
so
like
much
Tintin.
time.
You
But
would
of all
like
the
Tintin.
movies, I think I almost got to Tintin and Hugo. Hugo really was just because I love Asa Butterfield from Sex Education and I was just curious about his previous work. But like,
Tintin, it will be your favorite Indiana Jones movie.
well, now I'm not so
It's
sure.
mine.
All right, that was Jordan who just went. So Mick,
yeah.
I'm voting for The Adventures of Tintin.
okie dokie. Graham,
So here's my dilemma.
he's got a dilemma. Let's listen.
I enjoy other films of Tintin's ilk a lot, like particularly the Indiana Jones films, and like I enjoy like the Uncharted games, like watching Adventures. And I haven't seen too many westerns. However, that could also mean that there are a bunch of other films in the vein of Tintin. Whereas with Rango, I haven't really seen that many films of this particular Western Western style. I'm going to vote for Rango. For the only reason is I really enjoy whenever films or anything have human objects for us are like these big things for little creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
As a
trope.
Pikmin fan, you're speaking our
Yep.
language.
yeah, hell yeah, brother.
But the outhouse is a Pepto-Bismol bottle.
As the
Well,
core
yeah.
reason I prefer It Takes Two to split fiction. Yes.
Okay.
All right, Clanky.
It's 3-1, yeah.
3-1 Rango.
Yeah. Okay, so I am gonna give it to Tintin because I don't think it deserves to get 4-1.
No, it doesn't.
But I mean, both of these movies really surprised me. I was expecting Tintin to be like too creepy to enjoy, but there really is some unironically some breathtaking like moments where you're like, shit, that almost like looks real. That could have fooled me.
Absolutely.
And they
It's directed
there's
by a
some-
true man.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that I don't know, I have no idea why this movie doesn't creep me out like all the Zemeckis movies do. I
Yeah.
think it's just the fact that Spielberg's a better director.
I think it's also like
true.
they mix like the somewhat realistic designs with realistic designs, so it's like it's still enough to tell you, oh yeah, these are animated characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just say, there's something so interesting to me about how unified you guys are about almost everything on here, to the point that I'm like, The Sitter and Immortals are like these two movies that got +1 to the party where everyone else is such close friends, and they're just like, oh, you're here too. Great.
Nobody even knew that Melancholia was invited.
Melancholia was standing on the edge of the party, not talking to anyone. Immortals and The Sitter tried to hang out, and the Immortals immediately just like brushed him off, saying, I know no one else here wants to talk to me, but at least I'm not with him.
Yeah, like Melancholia doesn't like parties to begin with. The Sitter and Immortals wanted to chill.
Listen, Melancholia is full of depression and anxiety, all right, and it's hiding out on the side of the party line. Like, I'm not going to talk to anybody.
The
He's the one sober guy at a party just sort of hanging around.
Yeah. Sherlock Holmes just wanted to solve the mystery.
And we'll figure out who the host of the party is at the end.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what we are. We're playing Clue.
We kind of are, yeah.
It was Moneyball with the baseball bat in the stadium.
Oh,
Okay.
of course, it was fucking with the baseball bat. It's so predictable, that Moneyball.
All
No,
right.
no one is expecting
Spoilers.
Hugo with the entire fucking train crashing into
Yes.
the house.
I would hope that's next year, Mark. Okay. Round
too.
28. Hugo versus the Sunset Limited. I don't know
Wow.
why I did it like a game. Anyways,
Wait,
Christian.
wouldn't 27... Taylor, I hate to do this. Wouldn't 27 be
Son
first?
of a bitch! All right,
I'm
all right.
sorry. I'm sorry.
All right.
Your
I need
diary.
you to, all right. In that case, I need. All right, Jordan. I'm gonna need you guys to bear with me for a moment.
There's a bear
Because-
with him. Help! Get to Taylor's apartment. There's a bear with
Super
him.
bear.
Round 27.
My bear.
Round 27 is a bit of a
That was
doozy.
Waka waka.
Round 27 is a bit of a doozy because we got Rango versus I've been looking for a driver who is qualified. So if you think that you're the one, step into my ride. I'm a fine-tuned supersonic speed machine, got a sunroof top and a gangster lean. So if you feel me, let me know. No, come on now. What you waiting for, foe? My engine's ready to explode. So start me up and watch me go. Get you where you want to go. If you know what I mean. Smoother than a limousine. Can you handle the curves? Can you run all the lights? If you can, baby boy, then we can go all night because I'm 0 to 60 in 3.5. Baby, you got the keys. Now shut up and drive.
Taylor, I need to go to bed.
Impressive.
Oh my god.
Impressive.
I will never do that bit again.
Okay.
Well, after this
With
round...
the anticipation bit.
Taylor just escaped prison because he just dropped some bars.
Christian.
It's me?
That Graham, that is the whitest you have ever sounded.
Thank
He
you.
is
That's
dropping-
what I
he
was
is
Whitest
going
Graham.
for.
dropping
know.
some bars, some
He's
straight
dropping some
fire.
bars, dude.
No,
Mad
he was
beats.
dropping some mad bars. I respect it, dog.
I'm a gangster. I'm a
Christian,
straight
answer your
up
question.
G.
Yes, you are first 2 more times.
Fellas with
Okay.
attitude.
Okay, Rango can die here. Yeah, I will be satisfied with a top 4 showing, Rango.
Oh yeah, I was about to say. Didn't you say you would never not vote for Rango?
I would be
Jordan.
upset if it died, but I'm not gonna like commit crimes if Rango goes out like this.
I need Rango to win. I can't top the drive bit.
It's the two he's just like me for real movies, and I'm voting for the one I relate to more, which is Rango.
Mick.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of doing it a lot. I was kind of doing the he's literally me for real bit for the meme
Yeah,
more than
for the meme.
anything. Like there's only one Ryan Gosling movie that I really identify with, and that's Lars and the Real Girl.
I was going to say La La Land, but okay, that works too. Nick behind the piano bar trying to reinvent jazz.
Yeah. But yeah. I'm gonna vote for Rango.
Oh my god.
It's the comeback kid.
And part of that is because I want to oblige Taylor's joke and really let it end here.
No, no, don't, Mick, don't threaten me.
All right, fine. All right, I'm voting.
No.
Do not vote for it.
Come back to me then. Let's make this tense.
No, damn it.
No, I want to go to bed. I'm voting for Rango.
Yours.
Graham.
I gotta go to Rango.
Okay, I didn't have to worry.
Clanky, make Christian worry.
Yeah, with my 1 vote, I'll take it with drive.
Clanky, twist this man's balls.
I'm not touching
got
another
way
man's
further than
balls
I
unless
thought.
he asks very nicely.
Jordan, make Clanky the new editor.
Oh, he's got a job.
Jordan, take a vacation.
I'm going to the beach next month. Why not?
Jordan, can you put up that Fairly Odd Parents thumbnail called Wanda's Day Off, but it's just you lounging in the chair?
Yes, absolutely.
Love yourself more.
Jarvis, get
I'm
Jordan
trying.
some water.
Jordan, round 28 is Hugo versus the Sunset Limited. I just wanted you to know specifically.
Okay.
I think it's my vote, right?
Yes, we just went through the entire process where I explained you had 1 more.
It is Hugo.
Jordan.
What is this?
Jordan, what is this?
I'm voting for Hugo with much love and respect for the Sunset Limited.
Okay, my breath is finally catching up with that shut up and drive bit I just did.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Thankfully, we're at round 28, so...
Mick.
So what? That's it? We're some kind of Sunset Limited?
Graham.
2 Sunset, 2 Limited.
Tokyo Drift.
For a few limiteds more.
Did you guys enjoy that title? Clanky?
Yes.
Sunset
Is it-
versus Limited, giant monsters all out attack.
It's tied up, Clanky.
That's what I was going to ask, and I would now in response, God fucking damn it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. This is another fucking tough one. I'm gonna close my eyes so I don't have to deal with the consequences of my actions and vote for Hugo.
Mm.
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 Okay. Well, Clanky, I'm going to need you to open those eyes back up because we still have some voting to do here in round 29. The Sunset Limited versus Rango, starting up with Jordan.
Seems familiar.
I call me basic, but I'm voting for the one with a lot happier and brighter colors. I'm voting for Rango.
You're basic. You told
I
me
am
to call
basic.
you basic, so you
Yeah.
can't write in the diary that I rudely called you basic.
The doctor says you're basic.
She did.
Mick,
I believe in the Sunset Limited.
do you, Graham?
You ain't got the nerve.
I think that's a vote for Rango.
That is.
Wait, it is?
Oh,
It
Graham
is.
changes vote.
Yeah, Graham, you changed your vote.
Oh damn!
Yeah, people do that.
Yeah,
People
you
have
voted
been
for
doing
Sunset
that
Limited
since
the
the
first time.
first Yearlies. I think Graham was the first one to do that.
I
No,
mean,
it was me.
It depends on like where things are in the bracket.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not participating. I don't have a horse in this race. Graham, wait, you just went. Clanky.
Yes. I'll go again.
I'm shocked. I'm voting for the Sunset Limited.
All right, Christian, bring us home.
Do
I
what you
will
want.
give it to Rango.
Mm.
Okay.
Battle of the Goes.
If only,
All right.
if only Ghost Protocol had lasted long enough to make it into third place.
All right. Gentlemen, we have made tonight, as of like 10 minutes ago, a goal of finding out who hosted the 2011 party. And we are about to find out. It's Hugo versus Rango.
This is a long time coming.
Yes.
We have been, oh my god, we have been, this is like 2.5 months of watching movies for this moment.
This
Yes.
is a week for me.
Welcome to the film. Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Hang on.
And while I have a good idea of who's going to win,
Hang on a minute, because immediately it just reminded me of the meme of the Tintin comic. It's been a hell of a month, hasn't it been, Tintin? It's been a week, Captain.
It's Wednesday, Lemon.
All right.
Me?
Jordan, you gotta lead us off. Get that ball
Okay.
rolling. Get the ball rolling
Okay.
to the end.
If we're
Me.
answering the question of who's throwing this party, if there's one thing I know for sure, it's that Martin Scorsese has to throw one hell of a party. I'm voting for Hugo. And I'm thankful that you guys enjoyed this movie because it's one of my favorites.
Okay. Nick, do you agree with Jordan's claim?
Yes, I'm voting for Hugo.
Okay.
Wow.
Graham, do you have any other thoughts?
The fact that even after all this time, I can enjoy a movie in spite of it starring Johnny Depp.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
We were all
right,
thinking.
Yeah.
I've tried to listen. I try to keep my listen. I try to like be the viewer who doesn't like insert my opinions into everything here. But I do got to say the best thing about Rango is that I am able to enjoy Rango as a character and still hate Johnny Depp because
Absolutely.
because every once in a while he slips into a Kermit the Frog and I'm like, I don't think that's what you're supposed to be doing.
He definitely does.
I like Johnny Depp.
you're a Pirates of the Caribbean fan.
That's true.
And he is good in that, I think.
He's a good actor.
Well,
I just,
I like him in Ed
that's
Wood. I
what-
just kind of don't like him.
Well, Ed Wood's
in
fucking
general.
awesome.
So with that being said, like the fact the movie can do that, I'm voting for Rango.
Okay.
Oh, there's a chance, Chris.
How do you
Alright,
feel,
no pressure,
Clanky?
Clanky.
Should I go to
Huh?
Christian first?
Yeah, you can if you want, but I know what I'm voting for.
Oh, okay, then
Yeah,
please.
then it doesn't matter, I guess.
Clanky,
But
go
if you
ahead.
so insist.
No, Clanky's still fourth. I just
Yeah, so
wanted to set
I'll
some
go.
dramatic
I'm
tension.
voting for the one with go at the end of it.
All right, great. Christian?
Yeah.
Clanky, what's
Sorry,
your vote?
my brain like broke for a second.
It's Hugo. I'm voting for Hugo.
Oh, shit!
And
Well,
even
Christian,
though
you can go down to the
even though Rango can only get second place, that is a damn fine. This is the second year in a row where my number one pick got second place, actually, I think.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Second is the first to lose, but it's also the first to kick first place in the nuts. I'm voting for Rango.
Well, dear diary, Hugo invited us to a party, and it was pretty great.
And Rango
Wow.
paid for the snacks.
The
And then
party was
died
at
of
the fucking
dehydration.
inside the walls.
Wow.
Well, holy hot damn, I don't think I've ever heard you guys more unified. I should host more.
Wow.
That's the thing when you experience all 16 things.
Very thankful, guys.
This was a doozy.
Yeah, but we loved a lot of these were just really good, and I'm glad I watched a lot of them, and this is why I'm glad we're doing this.
Yeah. Mark my words, a horror movie will make the top 4 before we get to 2020.
I'm going to help.
Oh, I know you're listening. Get him his words.
Hang on, Clanky. You of all people love to make crazy bets if you don't get the thing you promise. What will you do if it
No,
doesn't
honestly,
happen?
I think there's a chance that could happen, knowing a horror movie that could go up in this decade.
Yeah,
I'm going to help.
Clanky loves to give himself punishment games when it doesn't work out. So what's the punishment
I
game?
actually do. I really do.
Horror movies in the film leads are going to be like Sonic games in the yearlies.
But there's
Oh,
even
man.
less.
This is. I think I'm finally gonna reach my fucking Villain origin story, dude.
Villain?
Origin.
Villager.
Did I
It's
say
late,
Villain?
guys. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Villain.
I'm gonna fucking shoot myself.
One viewer, you know we love you. You know that this outro is just for you. And we're glad you're here with us because we love you, our one viewer. And you know that the subscribe button is over here and the other videos are over here. And that the next time we visit the Yearlies Film, it will probably be 2012. You know all this.
I like the idea that our one viewer still isn't fucking subscribed to us and need to be told where the button is.
They just pass by.
If you wouldn't mind clicking that subscribe button. And then, yeah.
They drive.
Thanks for watching. Hope you had fun. And, drive!